I'm super excited today. I think people would understand why I'm very excited today because I am going to actually play more. Let me actually set up my microphone. Give me a second. I don't know. It's always get me troubles with this microphone. Okay. Hopefully nothing wrong happened. Hopefully it actually okay. Okay, seems like it's good enough. No, it's not good. It's not good. It's not stable. Okay, now it sounds to be okay. Hopefully it sounds okay. Anyway, I'm super excited for today. I never been so excited before for a game because I really want to play it. Okay, so what actually happened yesterday, right? Yesterday, let's see the flowchart. We are halfway. We are halfway. Desolate village. We've been here, the bathhouse, when we actually getting to know with the lambs, and then afterwards. Wait. Why is my stream doesn't actually? My streams doesn't register. It's so weird. I need to double check if my stream is actually registered. Okay, it is actually registered. So, anyway, I think we are going to actually learn what happened in the past, and this might be important because from my notes, I've been keeping tracks on this game with the notes because this visual novel, sometimes I'm actually keeping track of them, and then I realize something very important might be revealed, just might be revealed. So basically, at the beginning we have our MC actually looted a pouch with the name Ant, and now we actually have a chapter with called pouch. Anyway, let's go back to the game. Load. Yes, I'm going to load this game. I want to actually load this game and I want to continue and play. Let's go. Dad and I walk along the mountain path, leaving two sets of footprints, one large and one small, marking our journey on the trail. I was constantly scared on our way back home. We kept seeing people walking in the opposite direction. Sometimes it was just one person, and sometimes it was a bunch of people gathered together. Their clothes were tattered, and they looked thin. Yes, famine happened. It seems like they hadn't bathed in a long time. I think when you have a calamity, like a strong famine like this, I think the last thing that you want to actually think about is how you smell, I guess. And they had an unpleasant sour smell. They appeared famished. Yeah, famished, super hungry. I don't know. Have I been famished in my life before? I don't think so. Because I always eat on time. Because I always eat. I think my food are nutritious. I cook my own food. It consists of rice, so basically grains, vegetables, a little bit for vegetables. I don't really like leafy vegetable, but I try to add them. But I like tomato, carrots, paprika, those kind of things I love. I really like pickled tomato and dried tomato. It's really nice. And then I also add not a lot of meat, some meats and eggs. So I think I have enough vitamin and I eat regularly. So I don't think I ever been famished in my life. Anyway, they kept staring when they saw us. I couldn't tell if they were looking at the basket in Dad's hands or at me. Or they might be looking at you, Mansui, because, famine, and they probably think a lamb is a little bit more delicate than a sheep. After we've been through so far during this story in this game, we probably know the reasons why they look at Mansui is probably from the other reasons and related to dish. And I specifically said lamb dish. And you can actually try to figure out what I mean by they look at her like a lamb dish.
お父さん、みんな何してるの？
After avoiding them by a good distance, I nervously asked Dad.
みんな難民だ。腹を空かせてこっちの食べ物を狙ってるんだ。
Yeah.
家に着くまで勝手に動くんじゃないぞ。ずっとそばにいろ。
Dad replied gravely and reminded me. I nodded and held Dad's hand tightly. I could sort of guess what that meant. Those people were starving, and they needed money to buy food. If they kidnapped me, they would definitely sell me for food. Yeah, I think it's actually they not even sell you for food. They might make you food. That's the thing, though. After the long and frightening journey, Dad and I arrived home in the evening. As soon as we got home, Mom and my younger brother come to greet us.
お父さん！
帰ったの。食料はどれくらいあるの？
Oh, that's very sad.
トウモロコシ1本、白菜2つ、米3斗だ。
Oh, it's so sad. Look at this. Look at this. How difficult is it to get food? This time, an ear of corn, 2 cabbages, and 3 buckets of rice. Jeez, I can just go to the supermarket, get some rice if I want to have rice, get some pasta if I want to get pasta, get some bread if I want to get bread, and I can just easily pick an ear of corn, and even I can add meat to the addition.
すごいじゃない。一晩でそんなに稼げたの？
And they think this is actually it makes your heart feel something, right?
いや、観客がくれたのは多くない。トウモロコシ1本だけだ。他のものは木箱を売って交換したんだ。
Yeah, they have nothing.
売ってよかったのよ。災害を乗り越えたらまた探して買い戻せればいい。
That's the thing though, they look very sick. They look sickly. And Mansui mentioned to us that they are dead. All of them are dead, right? Except her sister, but her sister is basically non-existent.
あなたが留守の間、家の片付けをしていたら、前に言ってた腕輪と服が何着か見つかったわ。今度また町へ行ったら、それを質に入れるといい。
ああ。
3 days later, Dad went to the neighboring town again. This time, I didn't follow him. He pawned Mom's bracelet and sold all kinds of things from our home for some food. This time, Mom and Dad got into an argument after he got back. I don't know though, why don't they just go away from this city? Like, there are a lot of famine and you can't really survive. Maybe if you go away somewhere, that you can probably survive. I know maybe because they have kids, but I don't know, I'm not sure. Mom didn't believe that the bracelet could only sell for 600 copper coins. She complained that Dad didn't know how to do business and was tricked by others. Dad said he did his best to bargain and was only be able to sell it for the price after visiting many places. Mom also asked if Dad could go into the town and claim some relief food. She once heard from the neighboring who fled that court would distribute relief food in times of disaster. Dad then said those were all a bunch of nonsense, or else the neighbors wouldn't have fled. In times of disaster, commoner could only see the tax official who regularly come to collect taxes, never the people who handed out relief. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. Even if this relief were really to come from above, it would either be eaten up layer by layers or end up in the hands of official relatives and acquaintance. Corruption to the finest. In the eye of the emperor and the higher-ranking official, they were concerned with the vast expanse of 9 provinces. But once decree were issued, they turned a blind eye. often the reality also similar like us, even today, probably. I presume there will be a layer taken 10%, 10%, 10% is taken, 10% is taken. Imagine the rest that actually need to be contributed to the rest of the people is nada, zero, nil, zero. As for the low-ranking official, they only wish for the calamity to drag on. The longer the better. Oh my god. Come a disaster, they could climb the rank. Come a disaster, they could amass fortunes. That's why whenever great disaster struck, neither the emperor suffered, or the major official, nor the minor bureaucrat. Instead, it was countless commoners who were bore the burn of it. I didn't understand any of this. However, I knew that was definitely different than before. Last year, when the disaster had just struck, the uncle from the neighbor house was still around, and Dad used to chat with the neighbors often. The uncle from the neighbor house would complain about the court additional tax demands, angrily cursing the corrupt officials and the incompetence of the emperor. At that time, Dad would still speak up for the court, saying that the Ming were fighting against the eastern invader, and the commoners would be sympathetic and share the crowd's country hardship. Now, perhaps because we've been sympathetic for too long, we ourselves were starving to death. He wouldn't say such thing anymore. One night, I had a dream. I dreamed about Grandma. Grandma, dressed in grey clothes and grey shoes, was looking at us from afar while standing in the mist. Her gaze was fixed upon us while she smiled, but she didn't utter a word.
Oh, Baba!
I called to Grandma, but she suddenly vanished, her figure concealed within the mist. How do I pronounce that? Tank? Tank? The dream ended and I woke up. As I lay in bed, I suddenly heard the sounds of shoveling dirt. At first, I thought I heard it wrong, so I turned around and tried to sleep some more, hoping that I could meet Grandma again in my dream. I heard someone digging something. The sounds of shoveling dirt became even clearer. That was when I knew I wasn't hallucinating. Rubbing my bleary eyes, I first lifted my little brother's leg off my stomach, then sat up in the bed and headed towards my parents' beds.
お父さん、お母さん、起きて。
I have a feeling that the reason they actually dig the grandmother grave because they want to eat the grandmother. It's like a dry age, you know. I mean, in time of famine, they will do anything. I don't know how to. This is evil. Yes, this is evil. You cannot eat some other people, but at the same time, you need to look at this context, the context of the story. I nudged Dad and Mom with my hand.
なんだどうした
He was nudged by me and he slowly opened his eyes, looking a bit confused.
土を掘る音がする。裏庭の方から見たい。
I slowly said to Dad while pointing toward the backyard through the window. After hearing what I said, he squinted his eyes and tilted his head to listen. Then his pupils gradually widened and his body began to tremble. He didn't say a word. He suddenly pulled open the door latch, grabbed the hoe, and dashed out the door. I followed him out the door and saw two people with shovels hastily escaping.
賊め殺してやる
Dad, holding the hoe, cursed loudly in their direction. He was so angry that he tried to chase after the two, but the hoe in his hand was so heavy that they seemed to vanish into thin air before he could catch them. He came back panting heavily, carrying the hoe. The two were gone, leaving behind a hole in the ground. It was the hole Grandma was in. She hadn't been completely dug out by them, but I saw a glance and saw that Grandma's clothes were already visible in that hole.
どうしたの？大きな物音がしたけど。
Definitely there is a reason why they dug the grave. After that return, Mom also ran out of the house, looking scared.
二人の族が裏庭を掘っていた。
何を掘り出そうとしてたの？
他に何がある？母さんが残した家宝に違いない。
No, it's not that, he said in rage. But from what I could tell, I felt that perhaps it wasn't the family heirloom they were trying to dig up. The spot those two were digging was where Grandma was buried, and Grandma's clothes were already showing from the digging. Perhaps as I got closer, I could even see her body. Grandma came in my dreams very possibly because he wanted to wake me up and have me reminded that she was getting dug up. But I still couldn't wrap my head around it. What would those people do if they dug up Grandma? After those people left, Father was angry for a long time. He recalled what they looked like and came up with a few names. He was going to get the authorities involved to help him search for them, but he returned shortly after leaving the house. He said that on the second thought, he couldn't go to the authorities. He was afraid that if he did, he would have to hand out his bare foot again. He kept on cursing, but there was nothing else he could do. Another 2 weeks or so went by. We had tin porridge mostly, with the ear of corn and cabbage for one meal half the way through. Every day I didn't get enough to eat. Every day I feel hungrier and hungrier. At times, it felt like there was a fire burning in my stomach. At other times, it felt like there was a lump of black water churning inside, disturbing any scent of fish. When I got hungry enough, I didn't even feel hungry anymore, only exhausted. Once exhausted, I wanted to sleep. I slept on the bed, hoping I could have some good dreams where I could eat till I was full. I imagined that our family sweat grew back again, tall and strong. I wanted to have a dream like that. However, the feeling of hunger was always there. Even if I dreamed, it wouldn't take long for me to be aroused by hunger. My brother was also hungry. He had it worse than me. He was so starved when he was supposed to be growing up that his condition became so serious. One day I noticed there was something wrong with him. When I called his name, he was dazed for a long time before he responded to me and gave me a blank stare. His pale face has a tinge of red, but his eyelids were constantly drooping, as if he really wanted to sleep. I sensed something was wrong, so I touched his forehead. His forehead was hotter than burning charcoal.
お姉ちゃん、寒い。
My brother looked at me as if he was about to cry.
お母さん！
I hastily called to Mom, who was making porridge, and she ran over in a hurry. Mom reached over and touched my brother's forehead. Her face instantly started to turn pale.
あなた、大地が大変よ。
Mama call. It's so weird though. Earlier they call us mom. Now they use mama. Come on, be consistent. Mom called out loudly for dad. I mean, mother is probably better. Mother called out loudly for father. And upon hearing mother's voice, father quickly ran over.
あなた、財地はどうしてこんなことに。早く薬を出してもらわないと、財地の頭がどんどん熱くなる。どうすればいいの？
医者を呼ぶ金がどこにある？
そうね。売れるものは売ったし、何も残ってない。このままだと、いずれ子供たちが死んでしまう。
私にどうしろと？
ねえ、お願い。早くあれを売って。
I mean, you shouldn't actually sell the family heirloom. I don't know.
売れない。
売れない？あなた、家宝なんてどうでもいい。財地が生きてさえいれば、家宝を受け継いでくれるんだから。
あれはただの家宝じゃない。父さんも母さんも言っていた。あれは神が我が家に賜ったもので、売ると天罰が下ると。
Oh, maybe he went to sell them, and then that's why the family all dead. Indirectly, it was basically at the beginning when they start to actually sail the heirlooms, right?
末今の天末でまだ足りないの。妻児が空腹で病気になったのよ。死んでしまうのよ。薬も食料もなければ長くは持たないわ。みんな死んじゃうのよ。一家全滅よ。後継ぎもいなくなるわ。どうしてもこれを残すなら炊事を売ればいい。
Holy mother of... How could a mother say something like that? If you really have to keep this, then let's sell instead. Oh my god. I hate the mother. I don't know. Why don't you sell yourself? Jesus, lady. Don't sell your kids like that. Like, I know in the past, probably during this epoch, during this time period, woman is not important, especially girls. Like, who the fuck cares about girls? Yeah, because girls, it was probably treated as a second class or something like that. And she just can easily say that your offspring, let's sell her instead. Holy mother. That's really sad.
炊事を艦船に連れて行って艦船がダメならさらに南へ大きな町で炊事を売るのよ。
Oh my god. She shouted loudly at Dad. It was my first time seeing Mom speaking to Dad in such loud voice. Not only did father change after my brother got sick, Mom's also seemed to turn into different persons, especially at the height of her frenzy when she mentioned to selling me. Was that something she said to provoke Dad, or did she really meant it? She probably half trying to provoke her father, but at the same time half she's also meant it. I don't know. How can you actually sell your kid? I don't get it. Maybe it's because of the famine, and then you have some favorites, and then because of that the conditions. I could understand that humans, they have favorites. Like, we always have favorites. We have favorites books, favorites friends, favorites pets. And then now we are not able to actually take care of everyone, and we are not able to actually. But selling your kids? This is your firstborn girl. She probably meant it. Mother was different from father. She always loved my younger brother more than she loved me. Since I could neither carry on the family name or gain status through the invariant explanations, she told Grandma more than once that I was just a money loser. Women! How can you say your kids is a money loser? Aren't you also a woman? Don't you actually feel you are also a money loser then? She would definitely sell me if it would save my brother's life.
お父さん、お母さん。
I felt sad when I thought about it, and I called out to my parents from a distance.
死ぬとしても父と母と一緒に死にたい。
Oh my goodness.
お願いだから私を売らないで。
I walked toward my parents. Imagine being a kid, being a little girl, and you need to actually beg to your parents to don't get sold, so they not selling you. I don't want to imagine that, because I probably wouldn't be in that situation. Regardless, I'm already old, so nobody was going to buy me. Anyway, I walked toward my parents and said to them in a trembling voice, I wanted to change my mom's mind and ask Dad not to sell me. I stood there, my head lower, my body trembling. My eyes were red, but tears didn't fall, as if caught in my eye socket. Father turned around and looked at me in daze. He pressed his lips together and furrowed his brow. He looked at me, then my brother, and my mother. Every time he looked at us, his gaze seems to avoid us like he was afraid, only daring to linger for an instant. He kept looking at us like that for a while. Father wanted to say something, but stopped himself before he could utter a single word. He closed his eyes as if he was making a real big decision. He then opened his eyes again and looked up as if he didn't want his tears to fall either. Eventually, he looked at me again. His previously dim eyes lighted up.
水二よ、父はお前を売ったりしない。死ぬとか死なないとかも言わない。お父さんが死んでもお前を捨てたりしない。お前も財児も死なせはしない。
I love her father more than her mother.
これから裏庭の家宝を掘り出して売ってくる。両親があの世で恨んで天罰が下るとしたら、すべて私に下るがいい。
He walked up to my side and stroked my head.
お父さん、お父さん。
I heard what Dad said, and I couldn't hold my tears anymore. I threw myself into his arm while I choked back soft and kept calling him. Father, taken aback by my sudden embrace, hesitated for a second before stretching out his arm and pulling me closer.
水一よ、お前は飢え死になんかしない。生き延びるんだ。ずっとこれから大きくなったらお前にはいい人を見つけてやる。その人はお前を守り、お前も気に入る人だ。
Yes, father, find me a better husband. No, the reasons why I saw her father, even though it sounds very bizarre now, this day, but that was the right thing to do in the old days. Like female, they cannot do something. They rely on men so much that you need to actually get married. So that's why her father said something like that to reassure her that she will be okay. That's why her father said, Daddy will find you a good husband, someone you like and who can protect you. Although these days, women can actually choose whether they want a husband or a partner or whatever, or just stay single all day.
お前をよく世話してくれる男を見つければ、お父さんも安心できる。
He held me close in one arm, his other hands gently patting my back. He spoke to me softly, his voice full of tenderness.
お父さん。お父
I buried my head in my dad's arm and wept. I like father. He had always been a good to me, as he had to be my brother, and he had never harbored the thought of not wanting me. He's the best. A day later, my brother had to take forage and ate some cabbage, and he actually got better. His forehead was not as hot, and although he still looked very weak, there should be no need to rush to find a doctor. But even so, we still don't have enough food to last for a year. Father said we will need to figure it out. At dusk, Father dug up the family heirloom in the backyard. I initially thought it would be something shiny gold or emerald green, just like jewelry moms once had. But as it turned out, the family heirloom was just a strange piece of meat. The meat was grayish white. It looked like patty fork, but was more translucent. It had traces at the bottom like annual rings. Perhaps I was hallucinating, but I felt like it was squirming slowly. It truly seemed a treasure given by deity. What is that actually? Father first placed the family heirloom on the bed and kowtowed it 3 times before they were wrapping up with the old piece of clothing. Father then took an ear of corn and some silver piece as he was getting ready to leave. He planned to go south to find how much he could sell the family heirloom for in Guangzhou first. If it wasn't worth much there, he had to keep going south and asking around the large town.
家の食料は1ヶ月分ある。今回は10数日ほどの旅になる。財児や水児が病気になったら、 おかゆと白菜をたくさん食べさせるんだ。蓮雲、子供たちの世話を頼むぞ。自分の体にも気をつけてな。
He left a few reminders for mother. He then carried the bundle with the family heirloom in his bag, turned around and walked toward the door.
お父さ
I called out to Dad.
どうした水地。
He turned around and smiled at me
ん
gently.
これをあげる
I walked up to him and stuffed a pouch in that hand. The pouch was really small, only as big as his palm. It was red. The fabric came from a corner of my dress. I had sewn the pouch this morning. While father was sleeping, I sewed it. I hoped this pouch could stay by Dad's side in my stead. I hope it could Dad safe and allow him to come home early.
うまく縫えたな。ありがとう。
The pouch should have the word "and," right? Then took the pouch and stroked my head. He then turned around again, put on his straw hat and bundle and kept walking forward. We don't know what is the pouch! He took a few steps forward, but forward, stopped at sudden, forgot something.
水地、在地。お母さんの言うことをよく聞くんだぞ。お父さんはすぐに帰るからな。
With his back facing us, his voice seemingly carrying a subtle hint of sadness. And with that, he left. My brother and I leaned against the window watching him. His shoulder grew longer under the sunset, his figure receding into twilight. I watched him become smaller and smaller, shrinking from the size of a ball to a fist, then to the size of soybean until he disappeared completely. He vanished at the ends of the horizons, fading into the endless mountain. Ten days later, he hasn't come back. A month later, he hadn't returned. 2 months later, we were starving to death, and he wasn't home. He didn't honor his word. He said he was going to be back in a couple weeks, but he never come home. We don't know! They don't give us the detail about the pouch. God damn it! I have a hunch that it's actually the same pouch, but that's not really true, right?
助けて。
In the foggy rain, I heard a voice. It sounds like a man, humble and panic. How can I help you? I asked the man who spoke.
食べ物、何か食べ物。リオ様、もう3日も食べてないんです。形状から避難してきて、どうかお助けを。お助けを。
He was kowtowing to me, on his knee, banging his head against the ground, eyes all red from hunger. I will share some food with you, but not a heap, just enough for 2 days. I reached out from the darkness and passed him the food and I have produced from nowhere. Who was this person? I couldn't rightly tell who he was by his hungry mug. The misty scene swiftly crumbled away. A new setting sprang from the ground, appearing abruptly around me. It was a run-down old mansion. The mansion gates lay smashed open, the courtyard strewn with broken rice jar, and the ground lifted with mutilated body. Among this body were children, elderly ones, landlords, and their disheveled concubines. All of them lay with their throats slit in the pool of blood, while several bandits sat in the distance. Some perched on collapsed house beam, others on makeshift chair fashioned from corpses, laughing and chatting about the recent carnage. I recognized them. The leader of these bandits was none other than the starving man I had rescued not long ago. This reminds me of someone, right? I think there was a story that I've read before. Would you actually save the boys, knowing that the boy would one day become a killer? Something along that way. I don't know. How do we know the future, right? the future is never set in stone. So I think our action that actually trying to save a life was correct on that time. And I don't think it's our responsibility to act. It's our responsibility if the people that we save actually do something bad. Because is it our responsibility? Is it considered our responsibility though? Because what our intention was actually helping people. And I don't know. If I knew in advance, let's say if I knew it in advance that the person that I'm going to help is going to actually kill anyone and kill so many people and actually doing very bad thing, will I still save the person? If I know this knowledge when I'm about to save him. I know to actually know this knowledge, it's impossible. Because it requires some very good predictions. Even then, the current predictions, you can't really actually do crime. Like you cannot actually predict crime. But at the same time, let's say in a hypothetical world, but that's not possible, right? Like, will I still save the person though? This is hard. Like if I save the person because he's dying, and if I don't save the person, definitely he won't actually do this. But at the same time, if I save that particular person and I know 100% he's going to kill the other, or I would be just indifferent or don't do anything and just hoping somebody actually deal with that problem. Fortunately, we are not living in this kind of world. In our world, we are not able to actually see the future, and the future cannot be actually predicted 100%. Even with a very good AI or machine learning predictor, you can't really 100% know that that particular person will actually do something bad. So given the situation in our world, if I have someone asking for help like this, and I'm capable to actually help him, and let's say this particular person really needs for survival, will I still do it? Given the predictions that he's going to kill others. Then again, the prediction is not correct 100% because our world, in our universe, is impossible to predict someone. I might still help him, but maybe, I don't know. I can't. The thing is, there was a thought in my head that telling, if you help him, then you are going to kill the other. You indirectly kill those other people that he's going to kill. But at the same time, it hasn't happened, isn't it? And I just want to save this one person. You kill their whole family?
ああ、そうだ。何十人と殺した。兄弟たちは食料を奪って人殺し。奴の女どもと楽しんだのさ。両様、俺たちも仕方なかった。金持ちはみんな同じ。同情のかけらもありやしねえ。俺たちが食料を要求すると、門を固く閉ざしたまま、兄弟たちが門のそばにいると、使用人に石を投げられて、大勢の兄弟が頭から血を流した。俺たちはな、みんな飢え死にした人間の山から這い出てきたんだ。このままいても飢え死にするだけ。奪って何が悪い。俺たちが門を破って、裏庭に飛び込むと、あの野郎10年分の食料を溜め込んでやがった。
But why do you need to kill them? I mean, you can just take the food and you can be the kinder person, no?
兄弟たちはカッとなって全員を皆殺しにしたのさ。人は血を見るともう止められねえ。
If you just kill them, I'd be fine with it. But raping women, slaughtering the young and the old, is that what humans do? That's downrightly beastly. I clenched my teeth angrily and laid into him.
クソくらえ。様をつけて呼んでやったのが本気だと思ってたのか。こんな世の中、俺たちみたいな持たざる者は 悪人に
Yeah,
なる
but
し
you
か
don't
生き
need
て
to
いけ
actually
るんだ
rape women or actually kill people to actually survive. You just need to take the food. What the fuck?
自分だってそんなにたくさん踏みつけてるじゃねえか
He jeered twice and gnawed at my feet. I looked down in panic. Underneath me lay a mountain of dead bodies. It was submerged in black lake. Only a few men stuck out above the surface. I had no clue what lay beneath. As I stared into the dark depth below, the shape became clear. Underneath the whole lake were women's, old folks, and kids' bodies. Those near the tops were swollen and blackened, limbs hanging down and face below. Further down, some were snarling, showing monstrous fangs, trying to climb out. I yelled, falling back and nearly slipping off the heap of bodies.
りょうお前は女子供を一人も殺しちゃいないがそいつらはお前のせいで死んだんだ
The bandit leaders in the distance sat on another pile of body. That's when I realized he seems to have changed his voice and appearance. His voice was tongues, and so was his face.
りょうお前も悪人のくせに何善人面してるんだ俺と一緒に死ね一緒に死ね
He yelled at me and started laughing. He grabbed a dagger, stabbed himself in the nails, blood gushing out. All of a sudden, his body exploded, broke apart, and merged with the blood. The blood turned into rushing flood, with faces of the body appearing in it. A loud, thundering noise erupted. Flood of blood, crowded with heads, rushed toward me, blocking my sight completely. The piles of bodies beneath me and the lake below started to shake. The piles swiftly sank. Men on the surface stared at me, while women and children below the lake extended their hands, trying to pull me down. I will skip them. The dead stare with wide eyes. Oh, I don't want to hear that.
りょう様りょう様
Okay. Oh, there's Manshi. Suddenly, I heard a voice. It was her voice, slicing through the air, breaking apart this bloody slow world. Her voice turned into spider silk beam light, piercing through the piles of bodies. I reached out, grabbing the lights sent out, and was lifted into the sky by it. So, Mansu is our redemption, is it? Ah. I woke up in a panic from the nightmare. She was right there beside me. Her face looks odd and a bit scared. Guess it was just a dream.
りょう様どうしました
A very bad dream. And you, why do you look so scared? I asked her puzzled.
眠っていたのですが急におかしな音が聞こえました嫌な予感がします
What kind of
伏せて
sound?
聞いてみてください
She pointed down, saying to me. I leaned down, pressing my ear to the ground. Oh, somebody is coming this way. I heard a faint rumbling. It sounds like flood in my dreams. In my dreams, I thought it was the sounds of floods, but after walking, I realized it was hoofbeats. Riders were nearby. Given the intensity, there might be dozens, may even be hundreds of them. Everyone wake up. We got to move and fast. I scrambled up, rousing the still dozing lamps.
うわ
The lamps blinked away sleeps, rising to their feet.
りょう様何があったんです
Just
か
waking, Suan Hua tilted her head, questioning me. There is no time for questions. Let's get going. I hurriedly told Xinhua, tossing yesterday unpacked parcels into the pack horse and unknowing its data. But it was probably too late.
誰かいる
Oh.
あそこに誰かいる
I heard hoops and yelling beside me. From about 30 steps away, I saw shadow moving. Though far off, these shadows were definitely horsemen, at least 30, maybe even 50 of them. Hurry. I led the pack horse and the lamb trying to escape. But the figures in the distance were swiftly riding closer.
おいお前ら逃げるな馬からは逃げられんぞ逃げたら矢の餌食だ
The soldiers were stacking into northern Shan accents, threatened us with error, and I could faintly hear the strings being drawn. What now? Grab the last chance to play? Or play it safe, hope for the best? Okay, there's an option here that we need to pick. Here's the thing, right? There are so many of them. I don't think we can sprint away. If we are alone, we might be able to sprint away, but the problem is we are actually with kids. But at the same time, if we stop, they might be ruthless and they can even kill the kids. But sprinting away is impossible. We probably die 100% if we try to sprint away. They can just shoot us or whatever. Like last time they have a gun suddenly, right? I thought there were 6 of them with like some kind of a sword and we probably win, and suddenly they pull up a gun. In this way, if I sprint away, I have a feeling that something might happen similarly. I mean, they have hoof bits, so basically they have some kinds of mount. And this mount's probably much faster than us, or even, and we are with kids, and some kids are probably it's probably too small to trying to run. So I guess we need to stop. I'm going to save, but I think we are going to stop this time, because at the same time, this is the most logical thing. Both of them has the risk, but sprint away risking so much. Like what happened? There are 4 of you. So basically there are 4 kids and 5 of you. The kids will immediately giving up, and then they will just capture you. And if you stop, they already capture you, but they don't actually need to feel something, like having their guards up because you already stopped. Because if you are sprint away, they already have an assumption that we are actually doing something bad. So regardless, they are going to catch us anyway. It's either they catch us now and we deal with it now, or we run away and deal it probably a half an hour later. I'm going to stop. Can't let them shoot, exactly. Even if I were confident enough to take the risk. With these lamps, no escape, no arrows. I spun around and yelled, making us all stop in our tracks. I stood rooted to the spot, so did the lamps. It seems almost as though we were stuck in place by some magical spell. Seeing we were moving, the riders lowered their bows and advanced cautiously, their horse edging closer. To see, they have horses! I don't think we can run, they have bows and horses! Before long, they emerged from the trees, not just one, but a whole bunch of them, with still more catching up. They quickly surrounded us. Yeah, I think that's the right choice. Many approaches us, at least 20 from what I could see. The sound of hoofs, footsteps, and clashing weapons echo around us, and there was no telling how many more people were concealed in the distance. As they drew near, I could finally make them out. Men on horseback, dressed in a rough cloth, some with the red robes draped over their shoulders, others wearing red turbans. Some carried axes, others swords. Their attires and weapons varied. They didn't look friendly at all. Their eyes were both ignorant and fierce. As they closed in on us, they stared at us intently like we were prey. Who were they? My mind raced trying to figure that out. For starter, they aren't official soldiers. Regular army types has a particular look, and they don't usually cut through the hills like this. If they are heading somewhere official, they stick to the main roads. So are they bandits then? That's not right either. I've traveled this road from Sanzhou to Haizhou before, never heard of any big camps in the hills, and even if there were, they wouldn't have this many horsemen. Bandits are usually broke, and only a few get horses. They don't come with a camp with hundreds of men. And something's off. Why would these people be riding horses in the mountains? Sure, it's a bit flatter here. There is no steep slopes. You can barely reach a house though. But why bother?
両様、反乱軍です。
Oh shit. Mansui is good as a plot device, telling us what we don't know. It's actually good for the character, for the writer to have this character that is smart, and we already established that she's smart. Just as I was puzzled, Mansui suddenly spoke up. "Rebels," I paused. She brought me back to reality. Yes, this fox sure likes level. In the last decades, there have been non-stop disasters all around, so things aren't as peaceful as they used to be. Many peoples on the brinks of starving have banded together, turned to thieves to survive, and those thriving gangs joined up to form a rebels army. Rebels riding through the mountains aren't too surprising. This bunch might be a scouting party, checking things out before the main force in. But I've only heard of rebels up in the North Shan. So what are they doing here in Jint? The fella from earlier had a Northern Shan swangs in his talk. Could they be really from here?
お前らどっから来た
I'm from Luyang. No. The lead rebel Hope starts sizing me up. The rest of the rebel encircle us, blocking any way out. Sanzo, I replied calmly, slowing dignity.
何をしている
Yeah, you missed a little bit of backstory. Okay, I will tell you a little bit of backstory, Roy. How are you, Roy? So basically, right, what happened is there was famine, right? There was a famine, and unfortunately for Mansui family, they cannot sustain themselves with their leftover. So her father actually decided to actually sell the family heirloom. Remember the family heirloom that grandma actually tell to not sell? The father is actually selling them. He's trying to sell them, and while he was going to sell them, Mansui, our MC, female MC, actually give the father a pouch, a little pouch. But there is nothing information about the pouch, so we only given the situation that Mansui gave her father a pouch, and then her father promised to Mansui that he's going to be back in 2 weeks. Unfortunately, 1 month passed, 2 months passed, 3 months passed, he hasn't come back. So that's the backstory. I let you think. It might be the reasons. The problem is we don't know if it's like the pouch. We don't know. We don't know if the pouch is actually. We don't know the pouch. We don't know anything about the pouch. We only know she gave the pouch, and that's that. What's your business? Taking them to Haizo.
おめえの娘かそれとも人買いか
Well, they are our kin. Did the MC kill her father? Might be. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure because we don't have any. This is the thing, Roy. We don't have any information regarding. We don't have any information regarding the detail of the pouch, but it's possible that the MC actually killed her father, and the very reason why Mansui actually killed us is because she wants to avenge for her father. It might be the reasons why. But the swine demon also true. So there's actually a swine demon, but the thing that we know that is untrue, Mansui doesn't have sister. She doesn't have a sister at all. So I don't know. When she said avenge, it's either avenge to the real swine, the swine demon that actually caused the famine, that actually make the people suffer, or to us. That I'm not sure because the pouch, there is no detail about the pouch. But I'm like 70%, 80% certain we are the one that killed her father. Possible. I stay quiet. But it's so strange though. But at the same time, Mansu get open to us, right? He hasn't tried to kill us again. Ever since the very beginning, she tried to kill us and that's it. So it's possible she was actually trying to kill the swine demon, and she was just so nervous and she's trying to kill us. We don't know. I don't know. And felt lost for words. But there is also a chance she's trying to kill us at the beginning because she wants to avenge her father. Honestly, it's tough to explain my connection with the lambs right now. I started out as the escort, but when I couldn't better leave them in bad situations, I murdered my former partner and was now trying to arrange good ending for them. In that case, I guess I still count as a human trafficker. The rebel leader saw I didn't reply. He stared at me angrily, seems to confirm I was a human trafficker. Only Tang was here right now. He was good at spinning lies, and with a good enough story, we might be able to talk our way out this before the crowd closes in. But with Tang here, with working his shift, and wouldn't even have been caught off guard by a bunch of strangers. Why you are actually still fantasizing about your mean partner? Your partner is a very bad person. Stop thinking about Tang. The past is in the past, MC.
兵士様、彼は人飼いじゃありません。
And we have a
私たち
better
は
Tang.
影劇の劇団なんです。
There we have Mansu, the smooth talker.
両様は私たちの師匠で、ハイシューの長様に劇を見せに行くんです。
Just when I was unsure what to say, she spoke up. She seamlessly talked over Tang's role. Exactly, she was smarter than Tang, possibly. The time she pulls a similar trick to the last time with the soldier. Only this time, she didn't have to act like a mute. She smiled sweetly at the rebels while attacking, showing them the wooden crates on the pack horse. The rebel on the horseback glared at her, but she didn't back down.
見せなくていい。影劇なんて知らん。
Good thing that we have Mansu with us, right? She's so smart.
この男が一人でなければいい。おいらが人生で一番嫌いなものは地主で、2番目は悪徳管理で、3番目は人売りだ。このどれかであれば、お前の首を切り落とす。皮を剥いでやる。
The rebel grumbled out of his words. He was blunt, saying whatever on his mind. Can we leave then? I asked calmly, preparing to take the lumps and go.
ならん。
He lifted his sword, blocking our way.
軍機によれば、誰かに俺たちの行進を見られたら、簡単に逃がしちゃダメなんだよ。
Okay.
娘を連れて一緒に来てもらうぞ。兄貴に決めてもらう。
Okay, we meet the boss, and what happened to the boss? The rebel gruffly told me, his haughty demeanor rubbing me the wrong way. Other rebels around us gave us fierce look. It seems that if I try to take these lumps and leave, they'll kill us on spot. I have no other choice, but compared to regular soldier, this guy might lack in cunning. They are simpler and rougher. Going with them, where would they lead us? Oh, we're probably joining the rebel? We're going to actually fight the rebel and free China. In the Ming Dynasty. I don't know. I didn't pull out my sword against the rebels. There were too many of them and I knew I couldn't win. I wasn't about to throw my life away anyway. So along with the lambs, they tied us up and marched us to the main force. To be fair to him, he has no friends, so it's no wonder he will keep thinking about his partner of 5 years. Yes, that's true, Roy. You are correct. He has no friends. Like he was the one that said to us last time that even though he's old, his connections is actually like the 6 years old boy. That's correct. I never liked the rebels much. Most of them were starving people from up north in Sun. Past few years, they've been hit hard by one disaster after another, droughts, floods, and locusts. The emperor promised relief fund, but it's all got pocketed by officials and landlords, and nothing was left for the commoner. I heard the rebel army. I heard the rebels' army aren't any better than bandits. They go around burning, looting, and sometimes they will rape women and slaughter the elderly and young. They could be even more vicious than the official soldiers and bandits. If we were to compare using animals, I'd be a lone wolf, they'd be a pack of wild dogs. Now I'm in their hand. Seems like these rebels really dislike human traffickers. I'll have to learn from Tanks and Mansui, keeping cautious. I can't afford to be brash when talking to them. Don't worry, we have Mansui, we have this smart lady. Smart little girl. Lost in thinking about the rebels, I walked with them about 2 hours. When I came back to my senses, we were out in the mountains in a village. This village seems like a small one in Jin's southern border. I'd never seen here before. Don't know where it is either. Where are we? I asked the rebels reading us.
リカソンだ。
Ligia village. He told me the palace name. Where are we headed now?
兄貴に合わせる。
Bosley. I hope Bosley actually kind. The rebel replied to me. At the same time, he led me through Ligia village. The village didn't look rich, and there were few people about. However, it seems the village hadn't been hit by disaster, and the crops weren't too bad, unlike the Hellestrin in Suigo village. I noticed the rebel talking to the villager. Some of them were holding hoes, while others were carrying fertilizer buckets. They were moving around in fields, seemingly working. That's weird. Are these rebels even working for villagers? So the rebels are actually good rebels.
すぐに兄貴に合わせてやる。
Maybe
口の利き方に気をつけろよ。下手したら命がねえ
the
ぞ。
rebels warned us, then took us across a farm to big house. The house was bigger than other in the village with a well in front. It seems like where a respected village elder would live. Guided by the rebels, we walked toward the house and first saw a red flag stuck in the ground. Then we overheard the boss speaking with a village elder.
じいさん、あんたのせいもり、おいらのせいもりだ。ほら、俺たちは縁があるのさ。おいらたちは悪人なんかじゃねえ。みんな善良な平民だ。悪徳管理にはめられただけなんだ。
Yeah,
やむを得ず反抗した。
I will side with the rebel this time because the official that was shown in the past from the flashback is shit.
後で小屋で牛を見せてくれ。おいらはな、宿場で使用人をしてたんだ。家畜のことはよくわかってる。
And the rebel reader seems to be a good man. Like, he sounds like a very good man.
もちろんあんた確かに族らしくない
Exactly, like a decent man.
連れてる仲間もいい人たちじゃあんたら我々の命も財産も奪おうとせん痛いだけいるがいい食料が欲しいなら分けてもいいでも心配なんじゃいつかお上がやってきて罪を我々にかぶせたらどう
簡単さ。官兵が来たらおいらがあんたの首に刀を突きつけ、おいらたちがみんな悪人だと言うんだ。おいらたちのせいで。
As we turned the corner, we could see old man's side, while beside him a smiling younger man was chatting. He seems to be decent. He looked decent. He looked dashing. He looked like a dashing, very dashing. The young woman wore a felt hat and blue upper garment. Yeah, he looked like a gentleman, right? It's very strange, with a very strange attire for a Chinese man. I don't know. He seems to be in his prime, with prominent cheekbones, deep-set eyes. So basically, a very handsome guy, a straight nose, and eyebrow like those in the eagle. His face wasn't handsome. Wait, I thought he looked handsome though. But it gave off a sharp and capable vibes. Was he the boss of this band's rebels?
兄貴、
Oh, it's
なんだ。
報告がある。朝に山を見回っていると煙が見えた。最初は正規軍かと思ったが、近づい山にいたのはこいつらだ。男が一人で4人の小娘を連れていた。一売りのようだ。
Yeah, he looks like decent leader, right? Exactly.
ほ
The boss scanned me and the girls with eagles-like eyes. Finally, he locked eyes with me and I returned his gaze. I met his stare with dignity, trying to match his aura without backing
う。お
down.
前、どこから来た？
Sanzo?
泉州の人間か？
Nope. I was born elsewhere.
いくつだ？
How old is MCO? We don't know. Okay, I'll guess. MC maybe around 18 too young, 21. So if Mansu is around 14, MC is 21, so they're actually 6 years apart, so it's actually good. Or maybe he's 18, who knows? But he seems to be older than 18, so maybe around 20-ish, 21 maybe, 22 like Taylor Swift song. Oh my god, it's 26! You can't, oh my god! And here I was thinking about pairing MC with Mansui. Oh. Remember yesterday when I was thinking that Mansui probably become a love interest for MC? Holy shit, they are so far away. So basically 26 minus 14, they are 12 years apart. Well, I don't know. Is it possible you are still married with the 12 years apart, that you are super old? Maybe if Mansui actually get older, maybe. You know, I'm in this purge to actually shift them together, like super thin line shipping them together. Yeah, we just wait for how many years, right? So basically she's 14 now, and then at 18 she will consider like old. Yeah, okay. Just wait for 5 years for Mansui, right? Yo, I thought our guy's MC will be 18, but he was still. Oh my god! Now my fantasy shattered. I never thought he's this old. Ah, he's an old man.
奇遇だな。俺と同い年だ。何かの縁で結ばれてるのか。
He grinned, his tense expression easing up. This rebel's leader sure like finding common grounds with other. Okay, there is another thing that we need to actually consider. So we are 26 at the year 1632, right? This is the year of 1632, 26. So what are we? What is the zodiac of MC? Is MC a dragon or a snake or whatever? But I reckon he's just using the trick to get close. And by the looks of him, doesn't seem we are in the same age.
お前、人売りなのか。
No, I'm not Hitouri. I'm not human trafficker. As I mulled over his age, he coldly repeated his question. No fucking way. I have to stick with the story Mansu spun earlier. We aren't human trafficker. We are a theater troupe taking this girl to Hanzu to perform
何の劇だ。
shadow play.
影劇。それならオイラも好きなんだ。道具はあるのか。
Yes, we have. Everything is on the pack horse. The boss took me a moment to think after that. He gave me a look, then checked out the lamp.
小娘ども。こいつはオイラを騙してないな。
両様は嘘ついてません。
Yay, Mansi! My favorite lamps! You know what? I will not doubt Mansu at all. Whatever happened in the past already happened in the past. It seems like Mansu also already forgave us for whatever reasons. I think so. I think we just trust her. She seems to be very nice now.
本当です。騙してね。
The slimes were all helping with the lie, but except for Mansui, who was quite skilled, the other three lambs seems a bit awkward. It didn't feel like we could keep up the acts much longer. What now?
怪しい。怪しいぞ。
The boss frowns as he glanced at the
オ
lamp.
イラはいろんなやつを見てきた。劇団員もだ。お前は体格もよく、目つきも悪い。一目で悪人だとわかる。
Yes.
だがなぜ小娘どもはお前をかばって嘘をつくんだ
Because I was kind to those kids, you know? He furrowed his brow in confusion and asked. He has his sharp eyes.
兄貴、こいつらの話はどうもうさんくせえ。こいつは人売りだ。小娘は騙されてる。早く始末しようぜ。
The rebel brought us here seems to have also figured out that we weren't theater troupe. He angrily drew his sword, ready to attack us.
おい早まるな
Bosley below angrily, stopping his men abruptly.
おいらはもう決めたんだから焦るないいか正直お前が劇団員だろうが人売りだろうがどうでもいい
Okay, the rebels leaders looked at me and spoke directly.
食料供給には限りがあるから多くの人を連れて行くのが無理だこの軍隊は極秘に進軍している
Don't worry, I'm
お
not
前
going
らを
to...
簡単に逃がして通報されるわけにはいかんのだこうしよう簡単なことだお前はオイラの手下と勝負する
Okay, we are going to fight his men? I'm pretty confident, right? I'm super strong. But I need to save.
勝ったらお前を軍に入れる負けたらお前らは皆殺し
What? You're going to kill
No.
us all? The rebel leaders shot me a sharp look, offering a blunt deadly suggestion. A showdown? Was he thinking I look handy enough to take on his men? Sounds reasonable. If I win, it shows I'm valuable to him, and he'd rather recruit me than kill me. It seems like a safe bet. But what about the lambs? Should I try to negotiate with him again or just agree to showdown? Yo, no, Liang. You need to actually, do you agree? We are agreeing. Look at the title of my screen. I'm going to be a kind person, you know? Kind person. I'm going to be a kind person, and that's how I'll be a kind person. And I'm going to actually side with the lambs. I will negotiate again. Deciding lives and death with a match. I'm fine with that. But I want to talk about the terms again.
ほ
I don't want to join your army. If I win, you let us go. Not just me, all of them too. I'll fight with you, but these girls go with me.
うオイラに条件をつけるとはいい度胸だな
One fight without that condition. I stared at Blosley firm.
じゃあ娘一人の命につき
Oh my god!
Stop,
So,
stop.
so we are going to do 5
Okay.
round? We might die 5 round. Yes. Bosley frowns, eyeing me coldly before nodding slowly.
じゃあ決まりだ
Okay.
そうしよ
With a hearty laugh, he signaled to
う
his
誰
men.
か刀の使い手を5人呼んで市内を6本持ってこい
Okay, with my proposal accepted, he motioned for his men to prepare for the challenge. After about a 6 of instant time, a few rebel soldiers come one by one. They had bamboo stick in their hand, which had been roughly cut by knife.
おい受け取れ
The rebel swordman tossed the bamboo stick, hurling it toward me. I reached out and caught it, gripping it tight. Whoa, the sound, the music is good, so I don't think we are going to die. I think this is going to be epic. This isn't a bamboo sword, it's just a stick. I look at the bamboo stick in my hand, frowning.
そいつを使えばいいこの軍は裕福じゃない
The music is
普段
not.
は竿だ
The
けで
music
稽古
is
しているんだ
very sick. The music it doesn't mean we are going to win this time for sure. All right, who's first? Come on, come at me. He won't actually kill them if MC lose, right? Hopefully. I don't think. Look, Roy, can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Do you think this is a music that MC is going to lose? Do you think? Do you think? Think again. Do you think this is a music that MC going to lose? No, this is a music of victory. Who's first? Come on. I look at the row of the rebel swordmen.
おいらからだ
Ah, he seems to be nobody. Look at his face. He like nobody, and he has a wound, and that's being rubbed by a little bit of whatever it is. A burly, dark-skinned man grabbed a bamboo stick and charged at me. This guy, he's a towering 9 foot, only 9 foot. It's not 10 foot, with a piercing mark like a door guard. Judging by his clumsy step, he's clumsy. We are going to win. It's clear that he's all brown, no brain. I have brain. He doesn't have brain. Easy picking. Oh, let's see. Let's go. Whoosh. He's so... Yo. Before I continue, right? Imagine for a moment that when the boss actually saying that I need to fight them 5 times in a row, I will be the one that if only this is an action game, an action adventure game, and I control MC, the lambs might die. But fortunately for us, this is a visual novel, so I just read. I don't need to control MC. But think about it. If I need to fight 5 men in a row in an action game that I need to control the such character, we need to actually tone down the difficulty to be very easy. He swung his stick, closing the gap to just 2 steps away from me, then charged forward, aiming at the swing at my upper body. Look at that, I control MC so good. It took a quick step back, leaned away to avoid his first swing. Dodge, press B. I pressed B at the right time. At the same time, I spun my waist and then I pressed A. This is the true fighting experience, exactly. At the same time, I spun my waist. Did you see? I'm actually controlling MC. Look, I'm actually controlling MC by choosing his action, behind the scene. At the same time, I spun my waist, lifting the stick to slash at his neck. Whoa! Smack! Quick as a flash, my stick hit his neck before he could dodge. Whoa! He grunted in pain at the blow. In just 1 round, I managed to hit this brute right in the neck. He froze in place, stunned by my blow. Initially, he seems like he wanted to retaliate, but seeing my stick still against his neck, he thought better of it. If I had used a real blade, his neck would have been halfway severed by now. Oh, look at that! I'm so good! I feel so badass right now! Look at this! Look at this NPC who is only, the name even said that, Rebel C. What the hell, Rebel C? No. Another one, watching his body quickly lost in tickle. He grabbed a bamboo stick and rushed at me. Oh, crack! Whoa, crack! The new guy swung his stick at me repeatedly. I blocked, and in no time, look at this, I perfect parry, and we exchanged blow 3 times. Perfect parry. Oh, he got some moves. A real fighter, but I'm better. I let out a deep breath. Eyes fixed on his move, hunting for a gap. I found it when he swung. He left his left side open. I sidestepped and swung my stick at his waist. Oh, it feels so good. I don't even need to actually perfectly. I just need to read. The stick sliced through the air, hitting him with a crisp sound. Oh, now it's time for the rebels. Just as I dealt with the second challenger, I heard Bosley called out. He grabbed a bamboo stick and charging at me. He wanted to challenge me too? He didn't waste a second. He came charging at me, swinging his bamboo stick with a fierce determination. Oh, whoosh, whoosh. I pressed A 2 times in a row. You can't even see because I'm super fast. His strike came fast and strong, like a stampede I couldn't escape. I dodged to the side, just in time to avoid both attacks. Oh, perfect dodge now! Then as I went to a counter with a swing on my own, he struck again. It had remarkable speed and invincible force. It's impossible to dodge, but I have plot armor. Bring it on! I braced myself and swung back with all I had. Crack! Whoa, again. Whoa, crack! He swung his bamboo stick and I swung mine. The 2 red things against each other in rapid succession. We clashed for several more rounds. He praised and swiftly twisted his body, spinning his bamboo stick toward me. Damn. Sharp, precise, and skillful. But I'm better because I have plot armor. In his hand, the bamboo stick seems to take on the essence of the blade. What a skill. He wasn't just a figurehead. He knew how to wield a blade. Oh. Not daring to slow down, I surged forward, meeting his blade, flash head on. Blade flashes, crashes intertwined, creating a dazzling display of light. Damn. Phew. I back off, taking a breath. I'm going to save. We're going into for 30 rounds and it's still neck and neck. His strike kept coming hard and fast. I'm holding on, giving everything I've got, but barely keeping up. But I know I've got what it takes to come out top. As the fight went on, I could see his hits aren't hitting as hard, and I'm getting the hang of this fancy move. Won't be long before I reckon I can take it down. But I've got to hold him tight. My energy draining, heart's pounding like crazy, the taste of blood in my mouth, vision getting fuzzy. Got to the hang of this, I want to win. Hey.
もういい。やめた
Look
やめ
at
た
that! Who is the best fighter? I'm the best fighter. You actually doubt my fighting skill now? Never. Never doubt Selkie fighting skill. It's so good. Selkie is so good with fighting. Look at that. I'm winning. Not even trying to retry. One try win. That's it. What?
疲れた疲れた。もうやめた。オイラの刀をこれほど受け切ったやつは初めてだ。
He panted hard.
お前の勝ちでいい。
Looking at me tiredly. We didn't finish 5 rounds, did we?
オイラ一人で3人分だ。お前は5勝したんだ。
Thank you, Boss Lee. Is this alright? And you let us go?
ああ。小娘たちがいても使い道がない。連れて行け。みんな連れて行くがいい。
Hey, I think the rebel leader is actually a decent guy. He doesn't even think about like doing something to the kids. He's probably a naive leader and just want to save the people out of famine and out of the corrupt government. Bosley tossed the bamboo stick to his men and gestured toward me. Aren't you afraid I'll snitch the official soldier if I run into them?
思わんな。手を合わせればわかるさ。お前は通報するようなやつじゃない。
Yeah, of course. I'm a good guy. Bosley glanced at me, grinned and chuckled. Is this guy serious? Is he really letting us walk away like this? I shot him a skeptical look, but I didn't want to stick around for any longer. I went over to the lambs and was about to lead them away. We are leaving. I said solely to the lambs, then casually took Shu'er's hand.
待て。
Bosley suddenly yelled out. I stopped. The lambs stopped too. They were a bit scared, and I was a bit worried. What now? Is he changing his mind? We were supposed to go free if we won the match. In the end, is he afraid we'll report their route to the officials and won't let us go?
もう夜も遅い。夜道を歩くのは
Damn,
危ない
this guy is so
ここに
kind!
一晩泊まったらどうだ。あ、それからお前らは影劇ができるんだったな。おいらたち兄弟はみんな貧しい田舎の出身で影劇なんか見たことねえんだ。おいらたちはいつ命を落とすかわからねえ。数百人で官兵と戦えば生き残るのは十数人さ。一度劇を見れば多くの奴らにとってそれが最初で最後になる。
兄貴、縁起でもねえことを前に言ってたじゃねえか。兵士の気持ちを乱すことを言うなって。
I mean, the rebels leaders looks very kind,
やい
actually.
また余計なことを言うのか。兵士の気持ちなんか乱してねえ。数百人のうち一人でもいい。官兵を殺しさえすれば死にたくなければ暴れるな。暴れるなら死を恐れるな。最初にそう言っただろ。なんで兵士の気持ちを乱すことになるんだ。
あ、兄貴の言う通りだ。おいらたちは死を恐れねえ。おいらた
He
ちは
even cares about the rebels army. He's not just a...
すまねえな。みっともねえところを見せちまって。とにかく一度劇を見せてくれないか。どんな劇でもいいからよ。ただでとは言わない。うまい酒と料理をご馳走しよう。
He was so eager and sincere that it was tough to turn him down. Plus, the night was unforgiving on the mountain trails, and a break in friendly village sounds tempting. And well, The promise of hearty meal and some drinks was hard to resist. I glanced at the lambs. They seem to be on board too. Alright, we'll do it your way. But we are not good at acting, so they don't expect much. And if the official soldier come tomorrow, we'll say you met us today.
なあ、それでいい。リゴ、寝泊まりする場所を案内してやれ。
This is really sweet. This experience is really sweet. I hope this good days last forever. Bosley and his soldiers spilled. The lamb finally relaxed a bit. They start chatting with me in low
りょう
voices.
様、さっきはかっこよかったです。
Oh, look at Mansui! What did he say? I did great in that fight. Just know, I know, Mansui. I know. I feel good as well. I'm so great in that fight as well. Thank you, Mansui. I know. If you see me playing other games, you can tell I'm a very good player. Very skillful as well. Never die.
りょう様は昨日の赤い衣みたいだった。
I'm like Lubu. I'm as strong as Lubu. Look at that. Oh my god, you keep praising me, please. Red robes, like Lubu in the shadow plays. These lambs sure know how to flatter. Keep flattering. I don't mind being flattered. I told them we'd put on a show of play later. We'll do it like last night. The last and I will do the shadow. You girls bang the drums. I look at Mansui, then address to the other lambs.
うまくできたらお肉食べられる？
Yes, you get meat. You get all the pork buns you want. I'll ask them for some meat later.
お肉、よかった。りょう様、私たち本当に劇団みたいですね。
Yes, we are, Mansui. I wonder though, maybe the end is basically us become a troops. Maybe we are going to go around China and going to... I don't mind to have that ending, right? I think that's a good ending. If we actually traveling around China and just... Yeah, true, you are the best, especially at minigame. I know, Roy. Thank you very much. I'm flattered. I don't know, like, think about it. Like, what if the ending is us going around toward China, roaming around China, and we are becoming a travel troupe? That would be cool. Maybe it's one of the ending. There will be a lot of ending, right, in visual novel. Maybe this is one of them. I guess I'm really getting into this role. I had forgotten my identity as human trafficker, and now I was feeling more like a leader of the other troupe. See? He even said himself, MC even said, feeling more like the leader of the other troupe. Maybe subconsciously, it might all have been just promise of food and shelter that made me agree to stay. I really did want to put on shadow play with the lambs. Oh, maybe this is the good ending. One of the good ending is actually, wow. Yeah, maybe, we know. After all, like Bosley said, the first chance in a lifetime may easily also be the last. I always like this, you know? In Japan, there is also a saying, Ichigo-ichi. I think the saying Ichigo-ichi also something similar to this. So you only have one chance in life. I know there are several things, you can actually do things several times. But at the same time, if you boil it down, when you meet someone, when you part with someone, there is only one chance. Because at that particular moment, the next time you meet them, it's not the same time. So, yeah. It's the saying. It's basically Ichigo-ichi. Oh my goodness. I love it. That's why you need to cherish the people around you and what actually given you. I know sometimes life is hard. Sometimes it's tough to try to cherish what you have. Sometimes it's difficult. Life gets around. You feel shit, obviously. Like even everything seems to be perfect. You have the perfect job, perfect friend, perfect family. Everything is good. But there will be time you will feel like shit. It always happens. But at the same time, you can treat them as Ichigo-ichi as well. So this is the first chance in a lifetime. Maybe those things, I don't know. Maybe I can actually say something like this because I feel good at this particular moment. But let's say I flip the situations. I'm in the depressed mode and I'm actually very depressed. I don't think I will say something like this. But when that happens, hopefully I have the courage to just keep going, you know? It's good. It's good. And I will try to remember. Look at Mansui. She lost her family, but she keeps going. She keeps trying to be alive. I guess that's the good lesson from this visual novel. This would be the first time I put the lamp in front of Ada, and probably also the last. Maybe not. Maybe you'll get a good ending. As night fell, the silver moon peeked through the clouds. Bosley gathered a bunch of rebels, and we lit a big fire in the village center. We set up a white screen in front of the campfire, and the lamps tied to the shadow puppets to bamboo stick. There were lots of spectators tonight. The rebels formed circles around us, crowding in close. Their eyes were wide with curiosity, not wanting to miss a thing. Just like Bosley said, they probably hadn't seen Shadow Village before, so they were eager to see what we had in store. I let out a big breath and settled behind the white screen. Beside me, Mansui plopped down. She passed me Lubu and took Janfei. It was the same one we did last night. The three heroes battled Lubu.
りょう様、始めましょうか。
Yes. Okay. She gave me a small smile, and I nodded to the other lamps. The drums began. She took a deep breath and started singing again.
身にまといしは黒鎧
Yo, do you want to actually hear the voice of Mansui in Chinese?
金玉吕布去交战，贼命难逃仗义得耶。
Mansui sang softly, her voice blending with the cracking fire. Oh, I shouldn't auto. They're quite a lively bunch, I got to say. After catching our shadow play, they've been cheering non-stop, crafting for more. Under Bosley's order, they arranged themselves soldier from the Inferno swapping with this attack. And so we ended up doing for more runs. After that, Bosley gave his word and treated us a feast with good grub and drinks. It's a very good ending today. It was our proper means in Sanzo. Okay, I'm going to go back to the show is over. We're going to be Japanese again. And with my mind clears, I chow down heartily, filling up on meat and knocking back plenty of booze. While we drank and ate meat, the rebel chat around me. One of them shared a story about a few years back. He was gathering herb in a mountain ravine and came face to face with a tiger. It snarled at him from above a dozen steps away, and he was so scared he fell to his knee, kowtowing and begging for mercy. But tiger didn't get human talks. Instead of forgiving him, it wanted to bite him. Feeling scared, he thought whether he knelt or got bit and fought back, he would die anyway. So he stood up and fought. He grabbed a stick nearby and swung at the tiger, hitting its head, it owl, wanting to return the rifle but got hit again in the belly. It ran off quickly. The crowd didn't believe the soldier's story and started mocking him. He got mad and insisted he wasn't lying, standing up to argue with the others. That's when Bosley looked up. He got down a jug of wine, motioned for his crew to cease the bickering, and then got to tell his own story. He said he used to be a messenger, drawing salary from emperor, but the government shuttered the messenger force after just few years, leaving him without job. After that, he went back home to farm and become the village chief. But all he got was drought and locusts, leaving the land barren. The tax kept coming, so he borrowed from a lord named Ai to save himself and his neighbor. But when it was payback time, the grain price sold up. He couldn't repay. Mr. Ai dragged him to court, beat him up, but spared him prison due to village's fee. Some officials are really bad. I hate them. Then more trouble. Mr. I and their official conspire against him, planning to punish him further, even to point of death. Sentenced to die, he escaped with help from the villager. Soldier chased them into the wood, intending to starve them to death. He was pushed to the brink several times. He'd never thought of rebellions before, but faced with starvations, he had no other choice. After rebellings, there was no turning back for him. All that was left was to force forward. His words stirred passions. Tears welled up in the eyes of the rebels beside him. Listening to all of this, I didn't feel much. I despise the soldiers and the landlords, but I haven't experienced the oppositions they had. After I heard so much, I just felt sleepy. Wow! MC has no feeling. And I dozed off. Woke up to the bird chirping and the bell picking up. Before we knew it, it was morning time to go. Woke up the lamb, pack up and say goodbye to the rebels. Bosley and his followers saw us off at the village entrance.
お前、本当にオイラたちと一緒に戦わないのか？
No. We are going to be a trooper troops. They stood by the village entrance, giving my soldiers a pat and asking with a grin. Gotta wrap up some business with the little one.
じゃあこいつらのことが終わったら来てくれるか？
Maybe. Probably not. Oh, okay. I told him straight. After all, even being a bandit is safer than fighting as a rebel.
はあ、それほどの腕前でオイラたちと組まねえのは実にもったいねえな。いつか気が変わってオイラたちが官兵に滅ぼされていなかったらいつでも来るがいい。
Hello, maybe we are going to join them to fight with the rebels. Who knows? Maybe there's a DLC for this? I don't know. He looked a bit sad, letting out a long sigh and shaking his head. Easy for you to say. But how will I find you when the night comes? I asked casually.
簡単だ。反乱を起こした軍隊を探して片っ端からオイラの名を伝えればいい。
And what's your
ずっ
name?
と聞いていればいつかは見つかる。リー・チンショウ。
Dashing General Leo. What a great name! Look at his name! Dashing General Lee! Dashing General Lee. I repeated the name silently. It's new to me, but honestly, I didn't pay much attention to names of the rebels.
オイラはコチン王の手下として反乱を起こしたんだ。
Dashing King.
彼が
Dashing
チ
General.
ン王、オイラがチン将。義
Okay.
勇軍に出くわしたらチン将の名を伝えてオイラを探すがいい。暴れるぞ。オイラたちと一緒に暴
I
れ
know!
回るのだ。
I know! I don't
官兵
mind
ども
that!
を叩き潰せ。
I don't mind joining the
悪徳管理ども
rebel.
を土下座させるのだ。
He chuckled confidently, striking a heroic stance. Got it. Maybe. I nodded and led the pack horse heading toward Haizo with the lamb. After a while, I glanced at the rebel soldiers lined up in the distance. A flag fluttered in the wind. A false shining silver and crimson flags looks like it was soaked in blood. Seems as the scene has seen yesterday. There wasn't much wind yesterday, so I didn't see what patterns on the flag. At first, I thought it would have Lee character, because most generals would put their names on the flag. But today, I realized it wasn't Lee. It was Miss Chuang character. Chuang, Dusting General. The rebel generals looking forward to dust and break through the world. Suit him well. By the end, still didn't know why he, with his northern Shan accents, led his crew through the Jin heading north. And he didn't know if I was really a human trafficker or where the lambs were going. It's bittersweet, yeah. Wolf and Liang, 1632. Oh, we are arriving soon, very soon, very soon. The dashing general showed us the way. We followed it for 6 hours until we reached the mountain road near Hanzhou. After a quick rest and some ration by the roadside, we resumed our journey in the afternoon. Another hours later, we arrived at Hanzhou. But at this time, something was off. The city gates were shut tight. The tall walls and shut gate shields of Hanzhou, keeping up everyone out. Below the wall sat a beggar in tattered clothes. While guards watch us above, they face hidden. When we spot them, they spot us too.
今日は縄文は開かん。引き返せ。
The guards shout down from the city gate. Why is that? I yelled, asking the guard up on the gate.
上からの命令だ。俺にもわからん。
When's the gates opening?
知らん。
The guards yelled impatiently. I glanced at the beggar below, who was chuckling at us. Likely since this before many times.
両様が会う人は廃修城にいるのですか？
Yes, Mansui. I have a friend in Haizo, I think, if I remember correctly. I saw her once about 2 years back in Haizo. Said she was heading to
じゃ
Haizo.
あこれからどうしますか？
We found her. I have no idea. I stared at the shut city gate, unsure what to do next. Should we turn back to Sanzo and figure things out from there? Or should we take longer route to Yanshengs along the main road? Neither option feels right. Apart from my friend in Haizo, I couldn't think of anyone else who might voice the lands away from me now. Besides, going back to Saizo would be a hassle. I don't know the way to Yangcheng very well. This isn't good.
旦那様、待っても無駄ですぜ。縄文は2日も閉じて、誰も何か食べ物を。そしたら門が閉じて
The
るわけ
beggar
を
by
教
the gate
え
suddenly
て、
spoke up. I glanced
いい
his
道
way.
を案内して差し上げましょ
Because
う。
there are many options right now. He's been sitting there for a while. Seen plenty come and go, might have an answer. I walk up to the pack horse and grab a piece of ration. Oh, we are going to be good, guy. We even share ration. I think we changed person now. Let's hear it. I handed the ration to the beggar. He eyed me suspiciously at first, then grinned and took the offering.
ありがとうございます。真の地の北に逆賊がいることをご存知ですか？
Yeah.
北には逆賊がいる。朝廷、そいつらがもうすぐ北から攻めてくると聞きました。
Ah, so
付
the
近の
rebel
町
that we
は
just
危
met.
険にさらされ、お上も恐れて、
I
ここ
pondered the
数日
beggar's words
は
quietly.
敗
What he
州
said
の縄
probably
文も
holds
閉
true.
じさせているんで
Gates
す。
aren't usually shut during the days unless they are enemy force. This is the southern border of Jin. Those barbarians from the borders are unlikely to barge in. That means it's likely the rebels already made their way into Jin, and that's why they closed the gate. But he probably doesn't know everything. Generalist gangs, they are from Sans regions originally, headed north. So ain't rebel from up north heading south? It's rebel from Sans seeking into Jins going north. Why were they going to Noto? Maybe to join force against the government army? That might be a bold move, risking it all like that. Nothing you're saying is surprising. I not only know but probably know more than you. Is there anything fresher? I asked the beggar coldly.
旦那は知ってたんですか？
I just want to
じゃあ
double check.
なぜさっきは守衛に聞いたんですか？
Let's cut to the chase. What's this solutions you're
は
talking about?
い、いい道ってのはここから東南に向かって2000歩ほど行くと
Oh, there is an
川
inn.
に面した娘たちはその宿屋に連れて行くといい。聞いた話ではそこの主人が廃州城に入る方法を知っているそうで。
Do you actually feel what I feel? The inn that has deep connection. What if this inn is actually the inn that actually sold kids? Alright, let's check it out. I got the info from the beggar, then got the pack horse ready and moved with the lambs. And the inn at the full hill tower with Kenny owner. That sounds pretty intriguing. Oh no. After about half an hour, we go to the inn. Just like the beggar said, it's at the foot of the hill. Before we came, I'm so scared right now. I thought it would be crowded with people who couldn't go in Hanzhou. But it was quieter than I thought. With the cloudy days, the dark clouds over the top inn give me an eerie feeling. Not helped by the inn's door and window being closed. Oh my god. Do these inns also do the child trafficking? They look similar. The interior looks similar. I took the lambs into the inn. They stay close together, walking
りょ
carefully.
う様この宿屋は暗すぎます
Yes.
だりょう様この宿屋はどうもおかしいお姉ちゃん幽霊って幽霊幽霊って言うな縁起が悪いとにかく口にするのも見るのもダメだ
Oh no.
水姉さん幽霊って何動く死人のことよ見えるけど触れない人の命を奪うの水姉さん何言ってるのそんなこと言っちゃダメだ
The lambs started chattering, getting up right quiet. I sternly hushed their talk. Don't scare yourself, silly. It's daytime. Where's the ghost gonna come from? I'm here. My blade is here. What's to fear? I calmed the lambs and moved forward, blade in hand. I've killed many people, seen my shares of body, but never seen ghosts. No need to worry. Hey, anybody's here? I shouted as I entered the inn. Anybody is here? I raised my voice and shouted again.
はい
Finally, after my second shout, I heard the response. A waiter came down from
いらっ
upstairs.
しゃいませおや娘さんたちをお連れですかどうぞどうぞ
Oh my god, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. When the waiter saw us, he warmly welcomed us. He gestured for us to take a seat. No ghosts around here.
お客さんお茶はどうしましょう流星高級それともショーラ
Just water, please.
大丈夫ですお持ちしますお泊まりのお客さんはお茶代はいただきません
Alright, for some then. By the way, why is it so empty?
今は閑散期でもともとお客は少ないんです
You haven't heard Hanzo lockdown?
知ってますもちろん知ってますここにはね廃修場に入れない客がいてみんな2階に泊まってるんです
I don't trust him. Really? I glanced upstairs skeptically. I didn't seem to hear any guests. Oh my god! I'm fucking worried. Do they actually child traffic as well? What food does the inn have for dinner?
宿屋には余分な食料がなくて乏しい食事になるかもしれません
What meat, how much?
豚肉3切れ5000銀です
What the Half a tail? Why is it so much? How much for one night?
1両銀ああ娘さんの分は追加です大部屋で1両5000になります
1.5 tail for a night? You're ripping us off like that?
いえそんなことは今は景気も悪くて値段も自然と高く
That's
なる
too
んです
steep for me. We won't stay here.
お客さん考え直してくださいよ
It's a
もう
scam!
夜も遅いし
This,
50里四方に宿屋はありません
this village is a scam.
それに泊まらないお客は流星茶の代金として1両銭をいただきます
This is not a child trafficking inn. It's a scammy inn. I sneered and got up, planning to take the lamps and leave. Seems like the beggar direction wasn't any good. He was just trying to trick us into steady pace. This place is probably a rip-off joint, taking advantage of the lockdown in Haizo to make a killing. So there probably aren't any ghosts out there. And even if they are, they're likely keeping quiet, just taking the hit. Ghosts are rare, but people's hearts, now, that's a different story. They really are spooky one. Some in peace time, worse in chaos.
逃がさんぞ金を払うか殴られるか
Oh. It doesn't sound good. Look at the sun. I paid him no mind, mentioned to the lamps, and turned heading toward the inn's entrance.
誰が言っていいと言った
He came charging at me with his rolling fin. What a joke. Just yesterday, I spotted the dashing general. Plus, I had my blade at hand. This guy doesn't worry me. No need to look back. I could hear his step on creaky floorboards. Heavy thud floor hits his stride. 3 steps, 2 steps, 1 step. Here he comes. As the burly man closed in behind me, I spun around fast. With a quick spin and swift move, I smoothly sidestep him. But why the sound is so bizarre, right? This is not the sounds that they play when we are actually fighting the Dashing General. This is the sounds of we are going to die soon. He was about to charge at me, but his balance wasn't steady, leaning too fast forward. Seizing his arms, I took advantage of his momentum, slamming him into the nearby wooden table. Purak! His hand and torso touched into the table, nearly breaking it. I gripped his arm tightly and swift forced him backward into the table with a sudden push. At the same time, I whip out the knife with my left hand, yanked in 3-inch from its stelt, and pressed the blade against the back of his neck. Ooh. Try anything? You're done. I stared down at the strong arm tuck and said coldly, I'm fine with this ink getting bloody. After all, I've seen a blood-covered ink just a few days before.
命だけはお助けを。
The burly man, pinned down by me with a blade at his neck, instantly backed down, quietly pleading for mercy.
ねえ、殺さないで。話せばわかる。
The waiter, scared stiff, didn't dare to get in close. He completely lost his earlier tough act.
やめなさい。
Oh. Just as I was pondering what to do with them, a clear female voice rang in my ear. A lady slowly descends the inn stair. She doesn't look... Nah, she's not looking... Is she shady though? I'm going to save. As she walked, her finger trailed along the railing. She appeared to be in her 20s, her updo indicating she was married. She wore a light purple gown with a pale blue sash around her waist, giving an elegant and subdued impression. Familiar. With a glance, I immediately recognized her. Ah, this is our friend? She was...
Yo.
Oh. Before I could say her name, she beat me to it, calling out mine. She looked at me in surprise, standing there stunned, all her usual calm gown. Her name was Yuan, meaning kite. Perhaps her parents meant for her to fly high and have fortuitous life, but she resembled her namesake more in having more perceptiveness and birth of prey. She was the one I was searching for. Oh, this is our friend! Funny how things turns out. I didn't make it to Hanzo, but here she is in this rip-off joint. I look at Kite, recalling what I knew about her. Kite. I met her 5 years back. After the Xianxi explosions, a lot of homeless people returned to their homes. Planned to hit southeast but got mixed up and ended following a group hiding southwest. I traveled with them for a while, passing through a country near Anyang, where there was a trough brewing. Two brothers, they said the magistrate has messed up a case, covering for local landlords. The landlords took over their lands, but because he was tied with magistrate, the magistrate awarded the land to him. The two brothers got mad, got drunk, and decided to play bandits, aiming to raid the landlord's grains in one night. Some refugees heard about it and agreed to join in the robbery. They talk about justice, but really, they were just after their own gain. They'd been starving for death. Didn't care about anything about upholding justice or assisting the poor. They just wanted to snatch some grains, and the brothers stepped up, giving them an excuses. How do I know? Because I was one of them. I've been hungry too long, just wanted a decent and fulfilling meal. So I tag along to grab some food. How could someone actually talk so much when they stream? 2 hours and 2 hours and a half is my max. One night, we followed the brother. We waited at the landlord's place, climbing his wall with a wooden ladder, and snuck inside. Found the grain stashed fast, knocked out the servants guarding it, and grabbed sacks each before making a run for it. Should have ended there. Turned out, things didn't go as planned. Those brothers, they nabbed the grains but couldn't resist heading into the landlord's room to rough him up. Amongst our group, some had their eyes on the landlord's women, thinking they could take advantage of them. As I tried to split with the grains, I saw that over the landlord They off the landlord and his wife. I don't know why. I don't know why people do some people are actually psychopaths. Like, I understand if you just want to take the grain, but why do you need to off the landlord and his wife? They were busy abusing the landlord's concubine and messing up with their servant. I tried to talk sense, but nobody listened. I didn't want to get involved because I was worried that the official soldier would come looking, wanted to just split with the grain. Then I heard someone shout from afar, saying they found the landlord's daughter hiding in a room. For some reason, maybe curiosity, maybe something else. I hesitated before leaving. I ran with the others toward the voice, planning to take the look. We stormed into the room and shot the guy trying to force himself on a woman, tearing at her clothes. Yeah, some men are actually assholes. I hadn't planned on stepping in, but her screams and his disgusting laughter made me sick. I couldn't take it anymore. Instead of just talking, I dropped the grain, grabbed my blade, and charged at the guy, cutting him down with one swift stroke. The people who came with me got scared off by my sudden move and bolted out the door, probably to tell the others about my betrayal. Me? To dodge any relations from the wild accomplice, I grabbed the woman's and made a run for it. Soon enough, the constables showed up and found us. Thinking I was just a servant, they let me off the hook. At our direction, they stormed the landlord's place. Most of the crooks couldn't escape and got caught on the spot. Meanwhile, with Lowen's help, I slipped out the town and kept heading west. Kite was the woman, the landlord's daughter. After that, I thought I'd never seen her again. She just thanked me for saving her, didn't ask why I was with the crooks raiding her house, and she never brought it up later. 2 years back, I bumped into her in Sanzo. I was looking to sell some stuff at pawn shop and turned out she was the boss there. Took her a second to recognize me, then she invited me to Black for a tea. She told me that after the mess 3 years ago, her family was left with just few servants and their business tanked. The marriage they had lined up fell apart because of it. So she got her kin set up a new marriage, ended up marrying into a wealthy family in Sanzo, only to find out the guy ran a dodgy fan shop. Her husband kicked the bucket soon after they tied the knot, leaving her running the phone solo. So she's a widow. By chance we meet again, finally learn each other's names. I stayed in Sanzo for a few months and often dropped by to see her. Maybe we are not going to be with Mansu, maybe we are going to be with Kite instead. But there is no romance, but I don't think, let Memsi become solo all year. But our connection didn't stop there. I even came from looking forward to her to help with the lamb. And now, here we are, bumping into each other more than in near Hanzo.
りょう、前に会ったのは2年前だったわね。2年前、私が泉州にいた頃、あなたが盗品を売りに来た。私は千の地は危ないから真の地に避難すると言ったのに、あなたはどうしてここが分かったの？
Maybe you forgot. Back then you clearly said you wanted to go Haizo, so I came here to find you. Didn't expect that I'd bumped you in the dodgy fan shop last time and at the dodgy inn this time. How come the place you run are always so dodgy?
こんなご時世でまともな商売なんてできないでしょ？
She giggled, briefly covering her face, but soon her expression turned serious.
りょう、あなたがわけもないのに動く人間じゃないのは分かってる。はっきり言って。今回は私に何の用？
Straight to
な
the
ぜわざ
point.
わざ廃州城まで来たの？
Hold on. I told her, glancing at the girl nearby.
女の子ばかり。私にはまともな商売をしないというくせに、自分こそ人売りじゃないの？
Well, not exactly. For a moment, I didn't know how to tell Kite about all that happened. Wasn't right with Islam listening, and didn't feel right with everyone else in the inn hearing. Kite caught into what I was getting
省
at.
長、老牛、厨房で娘たちに何か食べさせてやりな。
私は寮の旦那と話がある。
はいよ。
おう
After Kite spoke, the waiter and the burly man led the girls into the kitchen. Mansui eyed Kite warily. Hyunghwa and the other lambs looked uneasy too. I mean, not long ago I almost got him with a tough guy called Iron Bull, and now I'm chatting with this boss. It's definitely a bit strange. Don't worry, it was all a mix-up. She's the one I was planning to bring you all to meet in the city. Someone trustworthy. I introduced Kite to the lamb.
寮様が会おうとしてたんはここの主だったんか。寮様が会う人って女の人だったのね。
And why Mansui doesn't seem to be happy? And then said, so Master Liang was after a lady, huh? Why she does seems to be upset me going after a lady?
ああ、女の人ね。
The lambs chimed in with their own reactions, but what caught me off guard was how they seemed more shocked that the persons I was seeking was a woman than the fact I was looking for owner of a shady inn. Alright, you girls head to the kitchens now, I'll be there soon. I waved them off, urging the lamb to be hurry.
行きましょう。寮様の再会を邪魔しちゃ悪いもん。
Yeah, I don't know why Mansu seems to be upset. I don't know. Look at her expression. Mansu seems to be upset. We are chatting with a lady. Look at that. Mansu directly under her breath, sounding a bit strange. Mansu directed the other lamb toward the kitchens and muttered something under her breath, sounding a bit strange. She got jealous. What's with this last?
寮、この子たちと仲がいいのね。確かに人売りじゃなさそうだわ。
She glanced at the reactions of the lambs and teased me. Ah, it's a long story. I sighed, planning to start from the scratch, explain everything. I told Kite about what went down in the last 20 days. She needs to get over it and find someone around her age. Exactly, Roy. Oh my God! Did you see? She seems to be upset. I mean, she's a little bit jealous, don't you think? Yen San put a past one on us, making us think we are just delivering a few lambs to a rich family to raise as their own. It wasn't until later that we learned those lambs were bound for Luyang, where some powerful buyers would play with them till they died or even eat them alive. Tang and I have a big fight over it. I didn't want those lambs to land up dead and wanted out of the job. Tang insisted on carry on, lied to me, and saying he'd cooperate. Things got heated, passing through Sanzhou. I ended up talking him and burying him before heading to Haizhou.
本当に自分の相棒をやっちまったのか。
Had to. No way we'd both make it here. We are at stalemate. Had to be done.
落葉の飼い主って誰なんだい？
Can't say. Won't help you any.
まあいい。なら知らないでおくわ。すると、今はあなたの人売りの仕事を終わらせて、女の子をみんな売り飛ばしたいと？
Yeah, I was trying to sell them off, going right from Yurio's back 100 taels of silver each. She looks a bit conflicted. What's up? Can find a way? I frown, asked.
見つからないわけじゃない。でも今は100両じゃ売れないわよ。毎年の大災害で西北の食料価格は 2,3 倍に跳ね上がった。人売りも前ほど儲からない。
He doesn't seem to lie to
今は
us.
50両で売るのも難しい。
Tang said the buyer in Yiluyang was willing to fight 2,000 taels for just 4 lambs.
じゃあなぜその飼い主が女の子をどうするか話さないの？
Ah.
いくらで売れるかによって少女の送り先が決まる。
Oh, this is true. How much they sell depends on where you want to send them. Yeah.
闇の遊郭に売れば一人100両かもしれない。でも多分長くは生きられない。
No, we won't do that,
生
right?
きていても死んだ方がマシな
We
か
have
ら
a pledge. We have a pledge. We are going to be a kind guy here. I don't care about money in this game. Money you can buy, like money. No, I don't think money actually help us in this game. No. It It can always be searched. We can always find money elsewhere. Maybe we become a trooper troops. You don't have a family and we don't have a family.
金持ちの言い名付けにするなら一人50両で売れるわよ。金持ちの嫁になるのは運次第ね。いい人に出くわせば幸せになれるかもしれないが、悪い人に出くわせば運を天に任せるしかなくなる。
You only have these two options, the brothel and the
そう
childish.
よ。こんな世の中で金を稼ぐにはその2つの方法しかない。
I look down. Selling them to brothel is out of the question. Selling them off as child's brides could work, but is that really the right thing to do?
りょう、あの子たちを売り渡したくないのならいい方法がある。
Give me! What's that? Kite suddenly suggested, grabbing my attention.
ここは人手が足りないの。あの姉妹を一人5両で私に売るといいわ。
I mean, I know it's very cheap, but look at her. She's a fine woman. She's a fine, refined woman, and it seems like even though she's dodgy herself, right? She looks dodgy, and she has a dodgy ins, right? But she seems to care for her employee, no? I mean, it's probably better than making them a brothel or selling them off to be a bride to someone else. They are, for fuck's sake, they are still 9 years old. Come on, I don't care about money this time. Get 5 tails, you can actually do something else later. So you
他
get
の
the
2人の子はあなたが自分でどうにかする。ど
only
れか
5
紹介してあげ
tails.
てもいいけど。
I look at the kite finding the price too low.
食事や寝泊まりの世話もあるし、あの子たちにできることもあまりない。
Yeah, that's true.
5両ならいい値段よ。
I lower my head in silence, biting my lower lip in thought. I trust Kite. She takes good care of Hong-er and Chu-er. Maybe I could figure out something with Wang-ha and Mansu later. But just 10 tails for all this? Who knows if I even have any left after sorting everything out? I've been looking after them for so long, risking everything, getting rid of Tang, ditching Yansan jobs, getting on to the troubles all the way. I was planning to grab more monies. Had sought and carve a peaceful life from this chaotic world. And now I'm supposed to give all my earnings and even lose money so they can just have a better life? What kind of deal was that? Am I really going to give up my own peace to ensure they're okay? Being this good isn't my usual style. I'm a wolf, ready to do anything to survive. But you can survive with 10 tails? 1 tails a day? 1 tails a day? And then after that you'll be good.
りょう、
At least for 10 days.
この乱世では善には代償がつきものよ。高値で売り飛ばすのか、善人のままでいるのか、どっちを選ぶ？
You know, it's easy for me to say because I'm just playing a game. But if these questions actually ask me and I'm actually need to pick in the real situations, I probably have a second thought, of the third thought, of the fourth thought. Like for now, it's easy. Obviously, it's an obvious reason. Money is not the price here because you can die at any time, whatever you pick some blood option. But at the same time, if it's really I'm in the face of these situations, will I do that? I might think about it. I might want to get some more money, but I think I will still do it. But at the same time, you need to understand, I wouldn't be involved in the child trafficking in the first place. Before I do that kind of thing, I probably better off. I probably try to find a jobs in like in McDonald's or somewhere, some waiter or something like that. Before I do some shady things. Or even probably become full-time YouTuber who do visual novels rather than doing this shady thing just to have more money. I'm fine with having enough money. Kite's word hung in the air. After some inner struggle, I finally had my answer. Why do I need to save? I already know what I would pick. I'm not going to sell them for a good price. Let me think over some more. When faced with Kite questions, I didn't give him an immediate answer. There's been this voice inside me all along. Get good voice for them. It said some other things too. I've done enough. I killed Tang and saved this lamb. How can I care about them when I'm struggling to protect myself? But even though these thoughts keep ringing in my head, I hesitated. I'll think it over.
いいわ。とことん考えなさい。急がないから。
Yeah. The real test is to not to have be ever in this situation like this. Yeah. Because anything can happen, you know? Like there's recession can happen, war can happen. Like you can just it's like a flip of a switch and everything you can't even everything what you have it can be gone. That's actually true. But this is just a game, so it's easy to pick some other choice, but in reality it's not like this. In reality, life is much harsher. That's the truth.
暗くなってきた。何か食べさせてあげる。話はまた明日にしましょう。
With a slight smile, Kite stepped away from the moment. I ignored Kite's advice and didn't go straight to the kitchen. I wandered around the inn feeling restless. Like a confused walk, I paced back and forth, hungry but unsure due to my inner struggle. Reflecting on the past 20 days only heightened my agitation. I'd be uncomfortable standing off these lamps and child bridges. Too many bad people out there. What if they run into someone who beats and curses them? What if they're forced to have babies die in childbirth? Or worse, what if they ended up sold in swine demon by whoever bought them? How would I have saved them all then? Not good. Can't risk their future like that. The sky darkened and my stomach growled with hunger. It's time to eat something. I walked into the inn with Sun behind me heading toward the lobby. Inside, the innkeeper was tidying up table while the burly man taught lesson to earlier was setting in accounts book. I hadn't expected him to also handle accounts book. See? He's smart. After asking about the kitchen, I was pointed to the right direction. After a few steps later, I found myself in the kitchen. Surprisingly, all the lamps were there.
スイジ、その包丁置け。やだ、使うんだもん。まだ包丁を使うには早い。手を切って怪我したらどうすんだ。お姉ちゃんのケチ。ケチなんか言うんじゃねえ。怪我なんてしたら薬も医者もいねえべさ。ほらほら、二人とも喧嘩しないの、コウジ。私が教えてあげる。ついでに見ててあげるから。はあ、スイ姉さんがそう言うなら仕方ねえ。
I mean, they are cute, both of them.
スイ姉さん大好き。何を切ろうかな。ニンニク、白菜。白菜よ。ニンニクはまだ剥いてないから切れない。
They all huddled by the stove in the back kitchen. Mansu stood in the center with Hong-e and Chue on the side, and Kyung-ho on the other. From afar, it seems like the lads is showing Chue how to handle a knife. What are you all doing? I woke up curiously about their attitude.
りょう様。りょう様。
Xinghua and Chue spot me through the gaps. Then Mansu and Hong-e turned around to see me. When they noticed me, they got all tense and swiftly hid their hand behind the back. I saw on cutting board there were pork, garlic, and some chopped cabbage. Are they
りょう
cooking?
様、いらっしゃったのですね。
See, I don't know. Like every time Mansu sees us, now she's happy, and every time we talk about other girls, she seems upset. Isn't telling something? I think she likes us. Like unconsciously, I shouldn't. She's too young. Oh my god. No. She's an adult, okay? Roy, she's an adult. Mansu is an adult. We already know. We calculated her age. She's an adult. She's trying to be like a kid, but in reality, she's smart as adult. I glanced at her, grinned, then eyed at the other puzzled. Why are you all acting sneaky? You sneak snack or something? I asked the lemon.
ちげえ。盗み食いじゃねえ。
Then what are you doing?
りょう様、水姉さんが私たちに料理の作り方を教えてくれてるんです。
Why all sneakiness for cooking? I prodded further, wanting to know more from Xinhua.
水姉さんが言ったの。内緒でご飯を作って、
See?
りょう様に食べさせて、
She even
びっくり
wants
させよう
to.
って。
She even tell the kids to secretly cook for us.
りょう様が先に知ったら、びっくりしないかもしれないから。
Xinhua lowered her head, her face slightly red and nervously clutched her clothes, revealing the truth. The other lambs nodded along. I didn't look like a lie. Seems like it was my fault. I barged into the kitchens and disrupted the surprise they had prepared. No! Okay, she's a kid. Okay, she's a kid. She doesn't look like kid. Right, okay, she's a kid. Okay, she's a kid. Okay, I don't. Erase the thought, erase the thought.
りょう様見て、野菜切れるよ。
Cure called to me. I leaned over to see her chopping. She gripped it. Look, you need to see. This is the year 1630. This is not our year. This is way before. So I'm thinking like I was in that particular epoch. I was in that particular time. Erase. She gripped the knife in one hand and pressed down with the other, putting all her weight into the sliced cabbage. With some effort, she managed to cut off a piece of cabbage and then look at me with pride as if waiting for praise. Her chopping technique might be awkward, but at least she got the job done. Not bad, but when you are stronger, you aim it steadier. You can try using straight chops. I calmly told her as if they took the knife from her hand. I held the cabbage. I think you need to agree with me that Mansui doesn't sound like a kid. Her thoughts is like an adult. She just looks like a lolly, you know. I held the cabbage in one hand while gripping the knife handle in other. Then I swiftly made the 3 cuts, slicing the cabbage evenly.
確か私もやってみる。水児、まだダメだ。は？お姉ちゃん嫌い。またやらせて
Xinhua
くれ
pressed
な
my
いんだか
knife
ら。
skill while the two argue about cutting vegetable. What are you cooking up there? I asked the lamb curiously while eyeing the vegetable cutting board. There was big cabbage, some wild greens, bulb of garlics, and what looked like enough 2 eggs and small piece of pork. Trying to justify it somehow makes you sound more guilty. No! Okay, I will not justify it. Okay, Mansu is a kid. What's the plan for the dish?
簡単な料理3品です。山菜溶き卵汁、ニンニク肉炒め、適当な白菜炒め。
But we know she's actually an adult. We already calculate her age. She's an adult. You are one teaching them.
そうですよ。前にお母さんが教えてくれたんです。
Mansi proudly smiled at me with a hint of smugness in her eyes. This last, not quite a lot of things. You girls go ahead and cook. I won't be in the way. I'll go back and taste it when done.
もちろん。りょう様に食べてもらいたかったんですから。りょう様、たくさん食べてね。
Mansi nodded and Chua seemed excited. They are pretty fired up. I wonder how it turned out. Watching them from afar, my gaze softened, slightly smile playing the corner of my lips. If at this moment I had bruised mirrors in front of me, I probably wouldn't recognize myself. Oh, the sun went down. I set the wooden table in the lobby's inn. The lamps brought out the cooked food. Steam rose from the dish, filling the inn with delicious smell. I was pretty hungry, but I didn't rush to eat and keep the grown-up image.
どうぞ、りょう様、召し上がれ。
After all the dishes were served, Hong urged me. She seems quite eager. Got it. When the people finish cooking, they're always the most eager for others to eat. Remember when I was kid, my dad was still around, used to be first to tell me to eat once he cooked. You know what? If I'm cooking, I was just first. I'm eager to eat my own cook, you know? I don't cook for anyone, I just cook for myself and I'm eager to eat my food because I'm super hungry. Now I'm a little bit hungry. After this chapter, I'll probably go to eat dinner.
りょう様、食べて。
Chua handed me a pair of chopsticks, eager for me to taste her cooking. Alright. I nodded and used the chopstick to fill up the piece of garlic stir-fried. I took a bite and chewed slowly. I savored the flavor of meat. Good. It was cooked just right, tender and juicy, although a bit lacking of seasoning. But I couldn't blame them. The kitchen probably didn't have many spice on hand.
りょう様、どう
It's
だ？
really good. I'm hungry now. It's good. Pretty tasty, I simply said. She looked happily hearing
りょう
that.
様、 山菜汁を飲んでみてください。
King Hua offered as I finished the meat. She handed me a wooden spoon. Seems like she had the big part of the dish. I mean, they look very happy, yeah? They look happily. I remember seeing her washing the wild vegetable earlier. I took a spoonful of soup and tasted strong veggies
美味
taste.
しくないですか？
It's actually pretty good. I didn't want Xiongha to feel bad, so I said the soup was okay, even though I didn't really like it. It's not her fault though. Wild greens are just my thing. Yeah, same. I don't like greens. Maybe they need something to balance out a big cooking wine. Anyway, after this, I chicken
りょう様、召し上がれ。
This is Mansui, right? Will she poison us? Mansui said as expectantly. Looked like she made this dish. I pick up and grab a piece of stir-fried cabbage. Roy, I'm not the only one that imagining things. Every time she do something for us, she's smiling now. Every time we do something with other girls, she doesn't smile. Mansu smiles as she watch me. She is smiling while watching us. I'm not imagining thing. The game tell me. This last season spiking my foot, right? Seeing her sneaky grin, I got the weird idea. Nah, she wouldn't. Sure, I scold her and spank her, but poison? Doubt it. Plus, the other lamb would eat this later. Even if she wanted to poison me, she wouldn't harm those lamb who call her sweet, wouldn't she? I grabbed my chopstick and dug into cabbage. Oh, it's cooked really nice. The cabbage feels just right, not too crunchy, not too soft. Some pork broth on top of the chicken, giving extra flavor. Oh my god! Sister, she know how to cook. I like possible those one side of praying day less noise possible.
りょう様、
Look at her sound.
美味しいでしょ？
She sounds super happy with us. Mansui leaned on the table looking at me. Okay, as good as the other two dishes, maybe a little tastier. I spoke carefully, not wanting the little brat too proud.
水姉さんの白菜はスイジが切ったのよ。
Chui raised her head. Yeah, I saw you chopping it earlier. I saw her chew as she grinned back, showing her teeth. Join in, don't just watch me eat. I prompt the lamb to join in. After I said that, they obediently pick up their chopstick and start eating.
りょう様、ご飯をおかわりすっか？
No need, I got it.
スイ、これ食べる？お姉ちゃん、なんだ包丁を使わせなかったこと。怒ってない。
They are so cute!
水姉さんは料理が上手ね。ゆっくり覚えればいいわ。りょう様、もっと食べて。汁に入った卵も美味しいから。
I'll give another try, yeah. I took another vegetable soup. I got the definite taste with edit. Ah. Oh, it's so wholesome! The taste, this is anything expressed their gratitude, but though the meal I could be closeness. I don't know if it was Mansu's idea of group decision. That's why we felt my kindness in the journey, providing food, drink, safety, so they wanted to show their gratitude in meal. What kind of person I am to them? I figured at the start I was pretty much the same. Both of us were human traffickers. As I was traveled, they experienced more together, they began to see difference. They weren't as scared of me anymore, especially after that bathhouse incident in Weixiang. Islam even started bossing me around to do things. Later, I off down for them, joined the shadow friend and got closer. Yeah, like older friend. I don't think there's a wolf in the world who can be friend with a sheep. So if I took them as my friend, can I still count the lambs? Maybe it's times I see them as kids. In that case, is if they grown advanced, I can just send these kids. Which, yeah, they were kids. Yeah, everything they are kids. Nothing. There is nothing, okay? There is nothing between MC and those kids. They are kids. Even MC think they are kids. My romance crush. If that happened, the sister will split up. Maybe never meet each other again. Xinhua will never see her parents again and she'll regret for the rest of their life. Mansui? I can't quite figure her out. I don't know how she take it. But I know that wasn't what she want either. Ugh, I guess that is it then. I really can't do it. I see them as important as kids. I'm not cut out to be a wolf. Hey, we are becoming a good girl. I called Vietnam softly.
りょう様。
How did the waiter treat you
優し
earlier?
かった。厨房まで連れてきてくれたんだ。私たちにご飯を作るつもりで好きなものを聞いてくれた。
The innkeeper?
水姉さんが自分たちでしたあんなに綺麗なお姉さんは初めいいお姉さんみたい。
One more thing. If you could choose, would you rather go somewhere nice or back home? I asked the critical final
家に
question.
帰りたい。お父さんお母さん弟
Yeah,
と
but
一緒
you
に
get sold off! Like, people doesn't need girls, they sell you off. Chuer spoke first, her eyes shining. Hyung-er interrupted her
りょう
sister.
様、私たちはところへ行きて両親が言ってた。家は荒らされ食べ物はねえって家に帰っても家族を巻き添えにして死ぬだけだ。私たちが嫁げば
Hyung-er was
暮ら
wise
しも
beyond
で
her
きる
years.
し
She knew their
生き延
families
びて
sent them away before they
家
couldn't
を
afford to
助け
keep
るこ
them.
とも。
It was practically selling them off. Even if they returned, they're likely to be sold again. Chuer didn't grasp this time and Hyung-er couldn't explain to her. It's better not to understand some things. But I hope they won't bother coming back for help the family we sold them. That kind of family. What's there to have? Alright, I get your point. Let me ask one more thing. I lower my head and raise to meet their eyes. I've thought about it. I found you a good place. If you stay with the innkeeper here, living with that sister for a while, would you be okay with that? I questioned the two, their eyes widening with sudden unease.
りょう様、私たちをここに置き去りにすんの？やだ、りょう様と一緒がいい。
Oh, the little one want to stay with us. After a brief pause, Hyung-er's voice quivered as she asked, and tears welled up into her eyes. She had nearly cried when she thought about going home earlier. Now, hearing that I'm going to leave her behind, she wanted to cry even more. No tears, okay? Let me explain. I'm not trying to leave you guys behind, it's just that I was going to drop you off here. I took a job from Yin-san to send you all child brides, but I thought about it, and sending you as a child bride would separate you two. Better for you to stay together in the inn. After my word, Hyung-er and Chuer grew quieter. They stared at me, seemingly lost in thought. After a moment, Hyung-er spoke up again.
りょう様は行っちゃう。
Oh my god, it's so sad! I get close with this kid. Why can't we just go play shadow play together all around China? She raised her eyes, her voice still tinged with tears. I would have to leave eventually. I let out a sigh. Got my own stuff to handle, got some old enemies to dodge. Once I sort you two out, I'm heading south, lay low for a while. Surprised myself being upfront with the sister. But you know, I remember these inn's locations. Maybe one day I'll come back to see you here. When fates allow, people will meet again sooner than later. I told Chuer as gently pat her head. I found myself wearing a forced, gentle smile, a rare sight indeed. The smile felt stiff even to me, and yet I somehow managed to make it. I didn't want this girl to cry again.
それは分かってる。この宿屋に残ってもいい。うん、スイジも残る。お姉ちゃんと別れたくない。りょう様、スイ姉さんもケイカ姉さんも絶対に会いに来て
Mansi
ね。
and Xinhua smiled seeing them like that. Xinhua? After confirming Hyung-er, I turned to
りょう
Xinhua.
様、
Xinhua looked at me, put down the chopstick and fidget in his teeth. She just heard what I said to the sister. She likely guessed what I'm going to say. I know you were coming from. Forget what Xingyan told you. You will stay here for a while. I'll talk to the innkeeper and trying to find your family. Oh, we are turning into very good guy. Holy shit! If I find them, they can come get you. Now, do you still want to see them? Tears welled up in Hyunghua's eyes. She bit her lips, her jaw shaking, her eyelids trembling.
会いたい。
Shortly after, she uttered a word with a tearful voice. This word made her answer clear to me. Alright, I do it, I said firmly, meeting her guys. If she wants to see her family, I'll make it happen. Ooh, we are becoming a good guy!
よく考えた？
Yes. After an hour we finished eating, I met Kite again, chatting in the lobby. I've thought it over, going to do the right things. Those two sisters will stay here. I sell them off for 10 taels and trouble you to make her care of the future. For Xinhua, I'll find her family. Any
彼
ideas?
女の家族のことを知ってるの？
Her father was official in the capital but got sent to the border, causing up too much in the expected General Yuan. Hang tight, I'll pry into her parents' status and report back.
うん。両親の身分が分かったら、彼女はしばらくここにいればいい。
Should I give you money for
行
finding
方を
out the
探して
sending
いら
letters?
ないわ。
Ah,
彼女の両親からもらうから。手紙の金もあの子を送り出す旅費も
Kite also not
両
that
親に
bad.
出してもらう。
But her parents got exiled, they got
軍
money.
に入れられたのでなければ、それくらいの金はあるはず。この子に未練があるなら、私が送り届けてあげる。
After he requests for Xinhua, I feel
Demo.
better.
最後のその子は
Kite, look at me and talk about Mansu. She meant Mansui. I guess Mansui made quite impressions on her too. That last one to go to Luyang. Has an old plan. I didn't fully agree, but I'll tag along to Yula and chat with her on the way. Heard she lost all the close kin, so I'm trying to find some distant relative around Luyang. If not, we'll figure something out. I'm confident. I'm also cautious. On one hand, I trust her smart. She could find her way out any mess. But on the other hand, I can't shake the feeling she's hiding something for me, especially with the insistence of going to Luyang. I need to sit down and have the chat with her, clearing the air.
いいわ。明日、宿場のつてを頼りに貨物輸送の馬車を
Oh,
用意
we
し
are
てもら
going
う
to。actually save walking.
そ
Awesome.
うすれば早く
Oh,
楽
this
よう
is
に
going
到
to.
着
We
で
are
きる。
going to finish this soon. Maybe tomorrow. I know to Kite, but then I paused, realizing there was something else I need to ask her. Kite, got one more thing to
どんな
ask.
こと
Know how to get into Haizo?
知ってるわ。廃修場は封鎖されてるけど、明日朝早
If
く
you are
起きたら
early tomorrow, I
店の
can
小僧
have
に
Dwight
案
to
内さ
guide
せ
you,
るわ。
but only one person. No
でも
problem.
中に入って何をするの？
Kite being puzzled by my sudden trip into the city tomorrow. Just going to market to buy stuff. Need supplies for the journey. Staying park horse for money. And since we are parting soon, I'll give them gifts. I offer. Haha. What's amusing? I frowned, wondering why she was
別
laughing.
に。ただ久しぶりに会ったのに、ちっとも変わってないなと思って。
Still
Hmm?
me?
狼じゃなくて。
Kite smirked and
Ryo,
spoke
yeah.
vaguely. Her eyes show a mix of pity, mockery, and tenderness. Kite's words were nonsense. Calling me a good person who lived up to my name was laughable. I've taken out plenty people, and even if I stop, the debt I owe will never be repaid in a lifetime. I'm no saint. I'm just a fool who wanted to be a wolf and will have back one. That's all. Hey! Okay. You know, I really want to play. I really want to actually continue, but I think this is it for today, right? You know, my tongue. No, my throat. I cannot talk anymore. Oh, we have some. Oh, this probably end up. This probably end also. We are actually gift. There is a gift. Okay. 62%. I think we are going to finish very soon. This probably after this we probably focus about Mansui, right? Oh, I cannot wait. Tomorrow, hopefully, we get the answer. Oh yeah, we are going to finish soon. There's a lot of chapter here. A lot of chapter. Maximum affinity. Chapter is locked. Anyway, I cannot actually talk anymore. I need to preserve my voice for tomorrow. But it's a very good story. I love it. And hopefully we are going to get our answer very soon. Very, very soon. Alright. Thank you for coming and listening. Bye-bye. This is so sweet, especially after all the pressure. Exactly. I like it. We will see. Hopefully the ending is good. I hope we get a good ending though. I don't want a depressed ending. I hate depressed ending. I want a happy ending. We'll see. Tomorrow I'm going to play again, probably earlier because I cannot wait.